talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Wild video shows Florida getting hit as Hurricane Ian made landfall, leaving behind catastrophic damage and major flooding. Is that a shark swimming in the street? Debunking common myths, from drinking ginger ale to cure sickness, to breakfast being the most important meal of the day. Is this stuff really true? Remembering rapper Coolio, the major impact he had on the music industry with his Grammy-winning hit, Gangsta's Paradise.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
And Matchmaker Devin Simone is here live to talk all about breaking the stigma of older women getting out into the dating world.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. We are thinking of our viewers in Florida. I know that you all have been, I'm sure, on social media or on the news. You see it. It's everywhere you look. Shocking images and videos of Hurricane Ian after it devastated Florida yesterday. It's the 5th most powerful storm to ever hit the state. All over Southwest Florida, residents and officials are getting their first look at the destruction from the storm in cities like Tampa, Fort Myers, and Naples. Now, check out this time-lapse video from a webcam in Fort Myers, where you see the storm surge rushing in, completely flooding streets and parking lots. The surge completely wiped away homes and buildings like this one in Naples that just floated away. The storm also swept away this yellow McLaren worth well over $1 million. Tampa police are warning residents to stay off the streets and stay indoors in case something like that happens. A street light crashing down. Also, check out what appears to be a shark swimming in the streets of this Fort Myers neighborhood. Another good reason to stay inside. All over Florida, residents are finding out the extent of the damage to their homes and livelihoods. Some who had evacuated are only now finding out if they even have homes to return to. Thousands more are still waiting to be rescued. Okay, can you imagine? I know you've been in a hurricane category 4, Al, but I just want to give you some more statistics. 2.5 million people without power. That list is growing. The death toll is projected to be in the hundreds. There have been 5 confirmed deaths, but again, in the hundreds. And finally, there are reportedly thousands of people waiting to be rescued. Does this, seeing those images, is that similar to what you experienced?
Absolutely. You know, and I was in Miami, which is on the other coast, but when I first started my comedy career, these cities like Naples and Port Charlotte and Sarasota, all those cities, Marco Island, all those cities, those are cities that I performed in. And ironically, in 2004, I did a benefit in Port Charlotte for Hurricane Charlie, which hit Fort Myers and devastated that area. So it just seems like, you know, every decade or so, one of these storms comes through and just...
It's more frequent than that. And I just want to say that because this is the 5th strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. Last year's Hurricane Ida was tied with it. But then if you look at like 2022, 2021, 2020, those are all the top storms in history, and they're in the last few years alone.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than, you know, obviously we're thinking about our friends and family and all of those who are affected by the storm. You know, obviously a lot of people chose to stay back, and we talked about some of the reasons why people choose to do that, but I sincerely hope that the death toll is a lot less than what they're projecting at this point.
But when you live there, someone like that, like Sam said, we do this every hurricane season. It's hurricane season for a reason because they go through it every season. Is there some sort of normalcy? I know this is a bad one in the top 5, right, but like, could you compare it in any way to, like, you grew up in Cleveland, I grew up in Chicago, right? We're prepared for when a winter storm hits. It's not as devastating as this, but if a winter storm hit in North Carolina, where my wife is from, shuts down the city.
That's what happened.
Right?
One hit Mississippi and it shut down everything.
Yeah, is there any sort of preparation, like this is just normal, we're going to get through this attitude when you live down there, or is it always devastation?
You know, one of my best friends in the world lives kind of close. He's in more like Central Florida, and he was telling me, you know, he's putting up shutters. There's shutters and stuff that you can put up. And he said there were some neighbors making some comments that really reminded me of the mask comment comments. They're like, what are you doing? Like, come on, we don't do that here. There is a little bit of sometimes when people don't leave, sometimes it's financial, but sometimes there's a little bit of like, I'm from here.
Yeah.
It's almost like if somebody from Minnesota, you were like, hey, you should prepare for the storm. Like, my family's from here. My grandpa, like, I know how to deal with the storm. There is a little bit of hubris that sometimes is scary because it's all good until it's not.
Right.
And when a storm like this hits, like I said, when we watch that traffic light fall, that's what really it resonates with me more than anything. We see the images of the rushing water, but it's what goes on after. It's the fact that there are no traffic lights that work. There's the banks aren't open. The gas stations that are all based on they're all electrical, so they work, but they pump out like 1 cent, 2 cents, so they take forever. So the lines at the gas station are a mile long. People are fighting at the grocery store. People are fighting at the gas station. It really tears apart a community. Some people never come back. People are displaced. Katrina, I mean, how many people left New Orleans? So it's a whole thing. Hurricanes are a natural disaster, but they're a different thing because they last for months and even years later.
That is horrifying, but that's well said. I think people need to understand that the recovery is going to take quite some time. Okay, I want to hear your opinion on this. This completely, I could not believe it when I read it. A Florida CEO for a postcard company is getting called out. She urged her staff to work through the storm because she thought it was going to be a quote-unquote nothing burger and was being overhyped by the media. She even told them to bring their kids and pets. She said she didn't want the end of the quarter to be ruined because people left work. Well, after the backlash, the CEO did end up closing the office on Wednesday and converted it into a shelter. But the question is, what do you do if your boss is telling you to work through something like this? I want to give you some more context. So she Zoomed them from her car. Many of the employees, I can't confirm this, but many of the employees assuming that she was leaving the town, right? Leaving the city. So not only did she zoom in remotely and tell them they all need to stay, she's obviously visually leaving, but she also said, you may lose power, and if you lose power, you still have to clock in those 40 hours, so you're gonna have to find a way to make it up, whether you lose power or not.
I would have, last week we knew the storm was coming, I would have sent her a postcard saying, I'm not coming to work. That's what I would have did to her. No one got the joke because she owns a postcard company.
Yeah.
No, I
Thanks
did.
for following.
I
know, thank you for that.
Jeff, you told a couple jokes that were so good that I was about to answer like a nerd. Like, I agree, sir. Like that was first of all, it was a great joke. And second of all, what's not funny, Erica, is, oh my goodness. How is this a human being? I mean, you say that, oh, I'd quit, and I'd like to think that I could, but if you've got a couple kids
for sure,
or a mortgage, this whole that whole Tom Cruise, who's coming with me, you know, at the end of Jerry Maguire, that doesn't work for a lot of people. And now you just know that, first of all, you have to find a way to now clock in those 40 hours, and you also know that your boss could care if you live or die, which is also interesting, Erica.
Yeah, well, first of all, who's coming with me was at the beginning.
I was going to correct him too. I was going to say something.
Who's coming with me? That's the thing. It's like the humanity, you know, and the idea that people have to choose between the security, the actual physical security of themselves and their family, and the security of the monetary side. You know, like, that is a very tough choice for millions of Americans. But at the end of the day, you already see like exactly what the backlash is. She is going to feel the effects and repercussions of her actions, and if anyone it were to sustain any type of injury, she's liable for that.
Yeah. Wow, I know. Okay, so we're going to end this with a little bit of a silver lining, showing one of the silver linings of a very horrible storm. People helping people. Naples Fire Department posted this video showing them rescuing folks from a car that got stuck in floodwaters. Oh. And check out all of these Orange County firemen rescuing residents from a nursing home in Orlando, getting them out as floodwaters were rising this morning. And the Cajun Navy, which is a group of volunteers who perform rescues, is already at work in Florida. They said they've already performed between 20 to 30 rescues. So, you know, this is devastating, but to see the humanity, right, the juxtaposition of that CEO is something to remind us that our neighbors, treat them with respect. And I think in this country where everybody's divided, it's nice to see some unity despite the horrific circumstances.
Yeah, tragedy brings people together, and we don't show it every day. But I would say 90% of our country and the world is good people doing good things for other people. Nobody wants to see that every day, but you do see it on display when something tragic happens, 9/11, a hurricane, any sort of destruction. You see the humanity in people loving people. And we need to be reminded of that sometimes, even in the shadow of a devastation like that.
You said that way better than me. I did not articulate my thoughts as well as you did.
And that's not good for you.
I know. I had an out-of-body experience where I was listening to me and I was like, oh gosh, somebody jump in.
If I'm articulating better than you need to work on that.
I know. I understand. Okay, so very sad news. Coming up on DBL, we are remembering rapper Coolio, who suddenly passed away, how his legacy will live on through his music. Plus, we are debunking some common myths, like can ginger ale really help you feel better when you're sick? And Shania Twain talks about having dinner with Oprah back in the day. Find out the one topic that made things a little awkward during their conversation.
Closed captioning provided by
Hey, just stop by. We're taking over. We're made of this. We're taking over. You know what time it is. We're taking over.
Hello, Bobby Bennett. Okay, so really, I was talking to Jason Carter this morning. He's a friend of the show, and he's in Miami. I guess some parts have been hit of Miami, but nothing like Naples and Fort Myers and Tampa.
Hurricanes are so weird in that their path can change, and also there's like a weird thing where it depends on if they hover or not. If you want the hurricane to continue through land because they really lose their power, but some, unfortunately, like the really bad ones, like that's what happened with Katrina. It got in the Gulf and it just stayed there, and it hovers, and because it hovers, it doesn't get any better. So, I mean, I don't know what the speed of the hurricane is. That's over my pay grade.
I think I have it right here.
In terms of it, you just want it to go over land, as crazy as that sounds.
Because it dies off, because it's getting the momentum from the ocean,
and it gets
150 miles per hour is what Hurricane Ian is. 150 miles per hour. The strongest hurricane that ever hit Florida was in 1935. That was 185 miles per hour.
Wow. See, I would think that would be Hurricane Andrew, because Hurricane Andrew was
that was 165 miles per hour.
That was right before I moved to Miami, and Hurricane Andrew just took was it Homestead, Florida? I think it almost wiped it completely off the map, like it was not a city anymore. And Homestead is the city that you hit right as you're kind of getting into, you're close to the Keys at that point. Not the Key West, that's at the end, but when you start getting into Marathon and Largo and all that kind of stuff. So these hurricanes are just, we can predict where they're going.
Did you do any preparation?
Totally unpredictable.
Yeah,
you
don't know.
Yeah, when we were in Mexico during a hurricane, it was Hurricane Grace, and it was coming directly at us, and there was a decision to be made. It ended up changing course, and it went the other direction, but it's still, I mean, there was damage.
Welcome back. Shania Twain is dishing on a dinner she had with the one and only Oprah Winfrey. Apparently, the conversation took a turn after Shania brought up religion with Oprah. Here's what Shania had to say about it on the Table Manners podcast.
It was just great to just sit and have real talks, but as soon as we started talking about religion, it all went sour. Everyone always says never talk about politics or religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just wasn't debatable. There was no room for debate. And I like to debate. Canadians like to debate about it. Debate everything. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to change subject.
All right, so what do you think about this? And what do you do when someone brings up one of the big 4 taboo topics at a dinner party? Religion, sex, money, politics. Are there any other taboo topics that you would throw into the mix, or is you don't
Family
care?
planning.
What do you mean?
Like, are you going to have a child? Like things like that.
Ooh.
But you know, honestly, if I invite people over and we're breaking bread together, I feel like that is an open forum. And I don't necessarily think, although she brought up Canadians like to debate, I'm married to one, and clearly I am a debater, so that goes over well. But I think that there's a way to have conversations without it becoming contentious. And if we're sitting and breaking bread together in my home, then you're someone who has an open space to have those conversations with me.
Yeah, I agree. I have to be in my circle to open up with anything. I mean, especially me, I walk on eggshells all the time. And even around people I don't know, if I was at a social event and they bring something up, I'm like, I'm not talking about that, because you get labeled. You get these labels put on you, and depending on where you are in the country, I use California all the time because we're in Colorado. You might go out with some people, some executives, and they're talking about, oh my God, you know, President Biden's the best president we ever had, right? And you're just like, yeah. You just say whatever. Yeah, I'm with that. Oh, I'm with that issue. Oh yeah, whatever you want. And you're like, man, if I tried to challenge them with an opinion, it's trouble for you. I'm not starting any trouble. I'll stick with my friends in my circle.
A lot of people, especially depending on where they sit in life, in terms of if they are a CEO or somebody that has a lot of power, they're not used to being challenged anyway.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem at dinner regardless. Now, I think what we're missing as human beings is, yes, you brought up the 4 major topics, but guess what? There's everything else to discuss. And I think there is more to us and more to this life than talking about politics. I remember way back when people just used to talk about like something funny that happened, or like they got a terrible haircut and here's what their like there are anecdotes within your life that you can discuss, unless you feel like you have just boiled down to these 4 things. And if that's all that there is about you, then I guess we won't be having too many dinners.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. You go, Sam.
Listen, I agree with all of you. I think one thing that I'll give the credit to Michael Dean, our producer. He brought up to me how, you know, it's not even like politics or religion or the big 4 that can make situations uncomfortable, but we forget about maybe food issues. Maybe some, you know, sometimes you'll see somebody push, no, eat that. Why aren't you eating that? And, you know, that person may be in recovery for an eating disorder. Or, you know, the list goes on. Drink that. Why aren't you having a drink? Come on. Maybe that person's sober, but they're not as confident as Al announcing that they're sober. And I've experienced that with loved ones. So I think the last thing we need to be worried about are topics that you should be able to discuss respectfully, but we need to think about what people may be really, truly going
through. But then I know we got to go, but how do you know? I don't even want to be in that situation. Like, if you're coming to my house, hey, have a drink, and all of a sudden you're a recovering alcoholic, and now I'm a jerk because I didn't know that, and then you didn't say anything to me, and now they're like, I can't believe Jeff did that. It's like, I don't want to be in that situation.
Who are y'all inviting to your home?
Nobody. Zero.
Zero. Y'all way too open.
Yeah.
Y'all way too open.
Coming up on DBL, is breakfast really the most important meal of the day? We're debunking some common myths next.
The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So, let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. We all grew up believing random myths like frogs give you warts, but as we got older, most of us realized many are not true. But there are some myths out there that we still believe as adults, so let's take a look. First, shaving your hair makes it grow back darker and thicker. Well, that's a myth. Shaving does not change the thickness or color of your hair. There was a Seinfeld episode about that.
What about the speed that it grows back? I thought if you shaved more, it grew back faster.
No, it said quicker. No, myth.
I'm hanging on to that one.
I think a lot of people are.
I don't care about your facts. Yeah.
Well, as someone who gets dermaplane once a month, which means they shave my face,
yes,
I can attest to that. Otherwise, I would have a complete goatee.
There's still time.
Yes.
There's still time.
Okay, so next, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. As long as a person can fit their nutrients in during other meals, breakfast may not be the most critical meal.
I never thought this.
I can't wait to eat breakfast every morning.
Do you eat like a typical breakfast? Like I could eat a steak in the morning.
Me too.
You know what I
eat
mean?
pancakes.
I know you can.
Pancakes.
I eat, well, they're frozen power pancakes. I stick them in the microwave, but that's like my thing. I can't wait. Every morning I get so excited. I do my pancakes, butter, cinnamon and sugar on top.
That's really so you do real breakfast. I had to go back to Al because I was kind of just I was joking a little bit. Remember when Al would bring in a steak for morning meetings?
Yes.
I'd eat it during our 8 o'clock meeting.
Right
you'd be eating a steak.
Right next to me.
The vegan.
Or chicken on bones and sucking the chicken meat off
I'm
the bone.
gonna get my money's worth. Honestly, my breakfast. It's a hangover from being a stand-up comic. I know we got to move on, but like I was so broke coming up that like what you would do is you would eat dinner at the club the night before and then order another meal after your show. So then you eat that the next morning. So I was used to eating leftover comedy club food at 10 in the morning, so here we are.
Oh yeah. Okay, so ginger ale makes you feel better. Yes, ginger may offer benefits for stomach aches and nausea, but many ginger ales contain just a tiny bit of ginger and pretty much all sugar.
Okay, you're not about to sit up here and tell me, a black woman, that's a myth. Okay,
Erica Cobb, you look.
That is not happening. On behalf of Big Mamas, Medeas, uncles, everybody, I just want you to know that ginger ale absolutely fixes everything. It will cure your headache, your stomach issues. If you have athlete's foot, whatever you have, ginger ale, and then you drink the ginger ale and you take a nap.
You're right, Erica. We grew up on burners over here, so you're
burners,
right.
yeah.
You're right. Okay, the next myth is that we only use 10% of our brain. Scans can track brain function and prove even simple activities require almost all of the brain to be active. I believed this one. Yeah. I always thought that like Einstein used more of his brain. I guess I was wrong.
I think 10% is a nice round number people wrap their head around, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, if you think about just all the autonomic functions that are happening while you're sitting here, your stomach is still processing food, you're still you're relaxing your arms. All these things are happening without you even thinking about it. So your brain has to continue to work, right? Even when you're talking about something totally different.
I think different people are different because you said automatic. I don't even know what you said, and my brain was like.
Oh my gosh, we'll be right back.
I think different people are different.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting, unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no. Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context.
With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, senior fellow in economic studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asks the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the U.S., are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. Oh, Erica, we have so many people echoing your sentiments in regard to ginger ale.
See?
So Real Royalty says, yes, I love ginger ale. It does work. And then we got Sherry. Sherry says, ginger ale always helps me get through a flight. I get it every time. Huh.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, what can you rely on more?
So how does it help with athlete's foot?
It just does. I don't know. It's a catch-all.
Pour it on it?
No, you drink it. You always drink it, and then you take a nap. And when you wake up, everything's better. I am not a doctor.
No, it sounds clinical. It sounds clinical.
Underscore highlight, exclamation mark, she's not a doctor. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. Matchmaker Devin Simone will be here live. She's telling us how to break the stigma of older women getting into the dating world, plus dating after divorce, and remembering hip-hop icon Coolio, who passed away suddenly, how his friends are honoring him today.
We have checked several claims in this long post, and now we're getting to these final claims, all relating to aspirin. So let's verify. Our sources, cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley and Johns Hopkins Medicine. The claim, if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at night. We all know aspirin is a pain reliever, but what does it actually do? Johns Hopkins Medicine explains in addition to relieving pain, lowering fever, and reducing inflammation, aspirin can be used to prevent blood clots from forming by separating platelets. So many people take aspirin daily to prevent heart attacks, but is taking it at night better?
I don't think the data is compelling to take it at night. And I tell my patients to take it whenever they're actually going to remember to take it.
Dr. Cooley says although some studies suggest taking it at night is better, the effects of aspirin that prevent blood clots can last for days.
The aspirin itself is gone from your system within some minutes or hours. The effects can last up to 10 days until the platelets turn over and become new.
She says, of course, if you're feeling pain or have a fever, pop some aspirin, but there are some downsides to taking it at night.
Now, one of the downsides of taking aspirin at night is that aspirin can cause irritation in the lining of the stomach. It can cause gastritis or gastric inflammation.
Cooley tells us if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at whatever time is easiest for you to remember. So we can verify that no, it's not best to take aspirin at night. Cooley says either way, it will work. But do as your doctor prescribes. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting.
Welcome to DBL. That's Coolio's hit song, Gangsta's Paradise, from the movie Dangerous Minds. Sadly, the rapper who was born, artist Leon Ivy Jr., died yesterday at the age of 59. He was found on the floor of a friend's bathroom, but it's still unclear how he died. Now, according to TMZ, no drugs or any signs of foul play were discovered at the home. The song Gangsta's Paradise won a Grammy back in 1996. Over the summer, it reached 1 billion views on YouTube and has been streamed 1 billion times on Spotify. And Dangerous Minds star Michelle Pfeiffer credits Coolio's song for the movie's success, writing, "I remember him being nothing but gracious. 30 years later, I still get chills when I hear the song." And fellow rapper Snoop Dogg shared a pic of the two, writing, "Rest in peace, Coolio." There's also a video that's circulating that was posted by Vanilla Ice because they have their I Love the 90s tour that they've been doing together for the past 6 years. And so this is what Vanilla Ice posted. This was from last week, and Vanilla Ice followed it up by saying, "I'm going to miss you, brother. You were the coolest." This was in Texas. Wow, just a handful of days ago.
Yeah,
crazy.
I listened to the lyrics of that song. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I look at my life and I realize there's nothing left. And I think people listen to, especially back then, they would listen to hip hop, listen to people like DMX, and they'd be like, why do people listen to this guy that's talking about drugs and alcohol and rampant sex? And it's because it resonates with a lot of people's lives. A lot of people were listening to the song and felt like that reflected their life. And people like DMX. I remember when we did this story on DMX, I got a text in real time from my buddy Joey, who I think some of you guys have met, and he said listening to DMX helped him get through foster care. There are these rappers that if you don't live that life, if you haven't been bounced around by life, you don't understand. But if you've grown up with tragedy, when somebody's speaking your life to you, that's where you get to 1 billion views, because it resonates with people and it pulls people in.
Right. I mean, you're also talking about duality, religion with real life and the hardships and falling. There was also a lot of duality to Coolio as well, because just look at the aesthetics. No one even noticed that Michelle Pfeiffer, a white blonde woman with Coolio, we did not see that when this came out. Yeah. 30 years ago, we weren't seeing the image of this black man in hip hop and rap and this white blonde woman. That was the reason why, and I agree with you, Al, the reason why that was such a part of pop culture, it was because it was a blockbuster. It hit every quadrant of our America. So I think Coolio, and Michelle Pfeiffer's right, we wouldn't be talking about Dangerous Minds if it wasn't for this song. So, it's a tragedy, and the fact that he was only 59.
So young, and on tour just a handful of days ago. So sad. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. What a loss. Okay, so it's barely been 4 months since the end of the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial. And as Jeff always points out, now there's a TV movie based on the trial coming out tomorrow on Tubi. Take a look.
No one should have to go through this.
I'm so tired of this. I can't keep doing it. This trial, it's about the truth.
I did tell the truth.
I have the right to say what happened to me.
They listened to her lies, her allegations.
Your Honor, may we introduce the next tape?
The movie did its best to recreate actual scenes from the trial, like this shot of Johnny leaving court. Here's the actress playing Amber and the real-life Amber on the stand. You always talk about, Jeff, how, you know, whether it be this trial or even more egregious, not to take away from some of the criminal offenses that were described at this trial, but you always talk about how they then get glamorized.
Well, someone's trying to capitalize very quickly on this. But listen, we just saw this trial in real time with the real people. That was part of it, seeing Johnny Depp on trial because he's this larger-than-life character we see on television. It has nothing to do with society, in my mind. We're not going to look back and be like, where were you during the Amber Heard trial? You're not. When you redo something like the OJ trial, something that impacted society in America and cultures, they could redo that because you want to see details into that. Who cares what they were? I don't really care what Johnny Depp was.
Erica cares.
But we just watched it in real time. I don't need to see an actor say allegations. I don't need to hear that.
I care. I know I care. I don't want to care, but I care.
So you're going to watch it?
I likely will. And the reason why I know that I'm the target audience is because I watch reality TV, and then the next day I have this podcast, shout out to Watch What Crappens. They literally reenact what I watched like 10 hours before, and I will listen religiously every day because I want to see their interpretation and to hear if their interpretation was my interpretation. I don't know why I'm like that.
Jeff does.
That's who I am. So I definitely will watch to be like, oh, I missed that, or I didn't see it that way, or I wonder how they came to that conclusion. Like, that's how my mom works.
I think you're alone. I think she's alone in this.
I'm never alone, Sam.
Shout out to Watch What
Where my people?
All right. George and Jamal Clooney may have the perfect marriage. During a chat with Gayle King on their 8th wedding anniversary, George said life with Jamal was, quote, easy, but Gayle wasn't buying it. Watch.
Has it been easy?
Easy. Like, the easiest thing in our lives by far. We've never had a
It's maddening to some of our friends. I have a cousin, actually, every time we see him, he's like, his first question is, so have you had an argument yet? Like, before he says hello.
Yeah. Would you like us to right now? Does that make you feel better?
No. Could be a first.
Oh my gosh, Jamal said the secret to never arguing is that they don't get cynical or guarded with each other.
And also be loaded. That also helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Help.
Money is the #1 argument with a lot of things. What you're doing with it now,
or
what
kids.
you're going to do with it. Kids. And
I don't
also,
think they have kids, do they?
They do.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
India.
Yep. Sorry
real quickly,
about that.
India audition. Remember we had to play, I don't know who was in the room with me, but Dad gave me like a card when we were auditioning for this show. And they're like, George Clooney had twins because it was like we were doing the real show. And I'm like, George and Amel just had twins, everybody. And they're like, it's a mall. I'm like, well, I'm out. But anyway, sorry. So that's how I knew. Yeah, we started 5 years ago. That's how I know we had it. Sorry.
And also, Eric, I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think that it matters that they were both very established in their careers? I think a lot of times we ask people to pair up in their 20s when you are just kind of figuring it out.
First of all, I never trust a we don't argue situation. There has to be something. I just believe that arguing is healthy. But I don't, my husband and I do not argue a lot, but there have come up like issues where we're debating on what we should do. And I think, I don't see it as being fighting because it's not contentious, but it's still an argument. Like, I think that's healthy.
Oh, yeah, we argue.
Yeah.
My husband and I argue.
You guys are very healthy, is what you say. Yeah.
We definitely argue. But, you know, we're trying to be better at that because I think for Mark and I, you know, you bring up when you and Jordan went to marriage boot camp, right? Like, we just want to always pull out those tools while we're arguing. I don't know why I'm laughing.
That's the plan, though.
You know, it's like just to be better. Like, how do we each individually get better so we can not make those arguments so contentious?
How much of it stems from money, though? How many
money
are
and kids.
branches?
For us, it's money and kids.
And
But then it's like, could we afford to do this? Go on this vacation, pay for this mortgage. Everything revolves around money. If I had all the money, we just fight about like, I don't want meatloaf. What do you want? Crab legs?
Let's get both. Why talk like that?
I'm always a fan of getting both, by the way.
Yeah, listen,
Every
that's a
day
good
should be a
dinner.
buffet.
Go out
That's
to
a good
dinner with Erica. They just order the whole menu.
But not crab legs and meatloaf.
Hey, listen.
Weird.
That sounds like what you had for breakfast back then.
That's exactly right. Coming up on DBL Matchmaker, Devin Simone will be here live. There she is. We cannot wait to talk with her about all things dating next.
Closed captioning provided by.
This is Daily Blast Live. We have fiery debate. That's not true. Can I finish? We tell heartfelt stories. We're so emotional over here. We talk to the stars.
Turn up the notch on that.
Great research.
DBL is all new every day.
I know. So much fun with this, okay?
We will.
Devin Simone, dating expert, matchmaker. Please.
This is your last time. We have to.
This is her last time. No, this is
Yes.
embarrassing. Don't
Look at the camera. It's her last time.
All right. Okay.
We love her.
Anyway,
Producer extraordinaire, Gabriella. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Keep going. Stop it. Okay. So Samuel intro her. This is all about not being afraid to date at any age. Society has not been too nice to people that are still single and 30 plus. Okay.
Al's in that category.
Wow.
Wow. So you know what? Bring it into the segment. Erica, you'll have the first question, which are what are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true? Devin has a personal experience with her aunt. Al, you'll have the second question. What about a younger person pursuing an older person? Is that a red flag? What's a reasonable age gap? She does have a tip about that, so make sure you get to it.
Okay.
Sam, you'll have the third question. A lot of people wonder, how to know when you're ready to date again after divorce, loss. Best way to go about it. What would she say? Jeff, we're definitely getting to this question.
Okay.
How does she feel about Leo DiCaprio's dating habits?
A little gossip.
Well, gossip.
Yeah.
Is it a red flag? Why?
Why?
Why is he only dating these young women? Okay.
Why is he dating these young models?
Yes.
Yeah. What a tragedy.
Can we? Is this a 14-second segment?
Okay. All right.
What do you think is possibly wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio that he keeps dating beautiful models from around the world?
Obviously.
Is he out of his mind?
Obviously, he has a power trip problem because I don't think he'd continuously be going after 24-year-olds that are a lot easier to deal with than somebody that's like in his age, in my opinion.
I think
he
he's
just wants
having
someone
fun.
who fits into his life.
Yeah,
he's not
he's Leonardo
interested in
DiCaprio.
like.
Welcome back to DBL. Let's be real. Society isn't too kind to women who are 30 and up and single. So to break the stigma against older women dating and answer some burning questions, we've got senior matchmaker Devin Simone back on DBL. Welcome back, Devin.
Yes. Thank you guys. Happy to be back.
Yes, Devin, I've been following you for years. If you're not following Devin on Instagram, make sure you check her out. So I'm excited to see you. So what is going on? Of course. So there are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true. Share those with us.
The lies, girl, they're straight up lies. There's a stigma that, when you get older, that you're less fabulous. There's a stigma that you won't be able to sort of keep up, that you're really set in your ways, maybe that you've kind of lost that oomph. We all know that that's not true. I mean, 50 is the new 20, 60 is the new 30. You know yourself more. There are some advantages to dating older, and you can make it work for you. You just have to be smart about it.
All right, well, let's flip it a little bit. What about a younger person pursuing an older person? Now, is it like, what's a red flag and what's a reasonable age gap?
So y'all not gonna get me in trouble talking about reasonable age gaps because hashtag no judgment.
Yeah, that's right.
But it depends on what you're looking for though, right? So you just wanna make sure that you have a similar vision in what you want out of life. So if you're older and you want to date someone 10 years younger than you, okay, cool. But make sure that that person's not looking for something very different, like maybe they want to start a family. Also make sure that you guys have complementary lifestyles. So if you're ready to retire and jet off, dip it and do it, and can pay to do that, and this person's just starting a new career and working extra long hours, you're probably not going to be compatible. So just make sure that you have a shared vision for what you want in the future, and a similar lifestyle in terms of, you know, where you can be now. Unless you're just looking for somebody really cute as arm candy, then do whatever you want.
Okay, well, look, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire here. Give us a number. Like, what's a weird? Is it 8 years, 14 years? Like, what's a little like eyebrow raising?
So with our clients, I generally recommend an 8-year window, right? So you want to do, like, say 5 years down, 8 years up, and that's for men and women. But again, if you feel like you just want something much younger than that, we're talking 15 years, 20 years, you can do that. Just be realistic about it and make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of.
Ooh. All right, so a lot of people wonder how to know when you're ready to date again, especially after divorce or loss, and the best way to go about it. So what would your advice be to them?
My advice would be, if you feel like at some point you want to get back out there, the minute you start thinking about it and the minute you feel comfortable enough to even say it, even if it's to yourself in the mirror or to your best friend, then it's time to give it a try. You don't have to be fully healed. That is a myth in and of itself. We're always growing. You don't have to be fully healed to start dating. You just have to be taking steps towards that goal, and go ahead and dip your toe in it. Make sure you have a good support system, because you never know who may surprise you and when.
I like it. So, Devin, before we go, we got to get into a little tabloid gossip here. Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio not dating any older women, older than 25, I should say, beautiful models from around the world? What's wrong with this sickie?
Oh, look at Devin.
What's wrong with this sickie dating beautiful models?
That is a mess. It is a mess. It's a red flag. And Leo was fine on that boat, but maybe he didn't deserve to get on the door. Maybe Rose had the right idea in Titanic, because the way that Leo keeps dating these college-age girls is questionable. Look, Leo can do whatever he wants. He's a grown adult, and these women are all grown adults. However, anytime someone keeps dating someone that much younger, it typically means that person likes an unequal balance of power, right? He's older, he's wiser, he has more money, and that creates a little dynamic, and it's a little weird. Devin,
what happened to hashtag no judgment and dip it and quit it?
Oh, I'm gonna send them to you. I'm gonna send them to you. If you are mad about what I said, go follow me on Instagram. Don't come at me about it.
Fair enough.
Devin, I love what you said earlier about if you're talking about it with your family or you're talking about it with your friends, that's something that means that you're ready to go out and do it. Because a lot of people think they're just talking in a vacuum. And I'm like, why are you telling me? Like, you should put action behind it.
Absolutely. Put action behind it. Look for a support system. Look for a date coach. There are some that are much more reasonably priced than you might think. And you can also look for a matchmaker too. A lot of companies will even do a free consult. So that way maybe you can get some expert advice and sort of that you can use when you're dipping your toe in without having to fully commit. But there are options for you. And my aunt, she's 70, has a boyfriend of 10 years. Woo! They met at a graduation, love each other. Shout out to Aunt Nevada and Will. So it absolutely can be done.
Yes. Devin, thank you so much. DBL Nation, Devin is a senior matchmaker at 3 Day Rule, and you can check out Devin on dating.com for more info on matchmaking. Devin, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Appreciate it.
That was fun.
Thank you, guys.
It's important to...
The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So, let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
It's Thursday, and I know you guys are going to love these deals. So if you've got a smartphone, get ready to scan on screen our QR code and get to shopping.
Steph, I got an itch and the only scratch is to shop. What do we got?
Hi, Tori. Hey, DBL Nation. I'm so excited to show you what we've got today. And trust me, these items are wonderful. So let's get started with this first one. I've got the Martino by Martino Cartier Powerball hairdryer. And Tori, this dryer is small but mighty. It's equipped like a regular dryer with 2 heat settings and the same amount of power as a regular dryer. And if you've got arthritis or any joint problems, this is going to make drying your hair so much easier because it fits in the palm of your hand.
Wow.
So you're not going to strain yourself, and it's so light. And this model was only made for a limited run, so Morningsave have purchased the entire inventory in a closeout deal, and we've got the green light to offer it at an exclusively low price that you will not find anywhere else. So act fast, because when this is gone, it is gone. And it's Morningsave's first time featuring the product on television. Normally, Tori, it's $89, but we've got it for just $24.99, saving everyone 72 cents.
What a great price for such a helpful product.
Now, Tori, these are so chic. We've got a diamond fused 14-carat gold-plated diamond accent bracelet.
Wow.
So this deal includes one bracelet, which we've got available in 3 styles. We've got leaf, swirl, and elephant. I love these styles that feature real diamond accents.
Whoa.
They're ethically sourced diamonds, and at $20,
what?
Why not get every style?
What?
So normally these are $100 each, but we've got them for $19.99, saving everyone 80%. And you didn't hear me wrong. Diamonds and 14-carat gold plated.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting the elephant one times 5.
Now you only get one.
Okay,
but
fine.
obviously for $19.99, that is not a price to be sneered at, Tori.
No, what a fantastic
I really
gift.
think you should get all 3 and stack them together. Next up, we've got Life Pro AccuLux Shiatsu foot massager with heat. So this deal includes one foot massager that will give you a deep tissue massage to comfort those swollen and aching feet. And you'll press down onto 6 different massage rollers with acupressure nodes, and control panel features a bunch of different movements, modes, speeds, heats, and intensity levels. Now, we quickly sold out of this last time, and the last time we featured on Morningsave, our buyers went crazy and they wanted more. So you guys need to hurry this time because quantities are limited, and this is the lowest price we've ever featured this massager on television, and they're going to go fast.
Yeah, right?
So normally these are $225.
Yeah.
But we've got them for $69.99, saving everyone 69%.
That's like when you're putting your feet up and you realize you've done good savings.
I love it.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's padded, and it can heat up.
And for the winter with a nice cup of cocoa.
Tori, for our last product today, we've got the Homedics Hot and Cold Gel Eye Mask.
Oh, I need this.
So this deal includes one eye mask, and let me tell you, this deal is easy on the eyes and on the wallet.
Good one.
So this will give you headache and tension relief for true relaxation. So you can choose between 3 soothing head levels, or use the removable cold gel pad and get it out of the freezer. Normally, this is $38.
Okay.
But we've got it for just $14.99. That saves everyone at home 61%.
My eyes are quite dry, and when I look at a screen all day, to have that cold at night to go to bed on, beautiful and great savings.
If you get migraines, it's a lifesaver.
Totally true, and a great gift. Head on over, everyone, to Morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even go ahead and scan that QR code you see on screen. It's going to take you directly to these products on Morningsave's website. Steph, as always, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated in a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, "If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting," unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no. Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, Senior Fellow in Economic Studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asks the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the U.S., are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
I love this story. A TikTok star surprised a 100-year-old veteran with a day he won't forget. Isaiah Garza randomly approached the man and offered to take him to Disneyland. In the captions, awesome. It said the man had not been on a ride in 50 years, so they took a spin on the teacups, captured the day on TikTok, and here's what the man had to say.
Oh my God, this is one of the best days of my life. I feel like I might be dreaming or something. I thought my life was over. I'll remember this day for a long time. You don't know how much I appreciate this. You don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Wow. That was awesome.
I know. And the magic of Disneyland, you know?
No, don't ruin the story.
Ruin it about the Disney World.
where hope finds help, where courage meets conviction, where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities, where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This is Daily Blast Live, right here at this desk, 5 days a week. No topics are off limits. I think it's an okay conversation to have. We have fiery debate. That's not true. Can I finish? You just got me all riled up. We tell heartfelt stories. We're so emotional over here. We talk to the stars.
Turn up the notch on that.
You on top of your game.
Thank you. DBL is entertaining.
I was like in shock.
That's why we watch. It's time to be a part of the DBL family. DBL is all new every day. Remembering rapper Coolio, the major impact he had on the music industry with his Grammy-winning hit, Gangsta's Paradise.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
And Matchmaker Devin Simone is here live to talk all about breaking the stigma of older women getting out into the dating world.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. We are thinking of our viewers in Florida. I know that you all have been, I'm sure, on social media or on the news. You see it. It's everywhere you look. Shocking images and videos of Hurricane Ian after it devastated Florida yesterday. It's the 5th most powerful storm to ever hit the state. All over Southwest Florida, residents and officials are getting their first look at the destruction from the storm in cities like Tampa, Fort Myers, and Naples. Now, check out this time-lapse video from a webcam in Fort Myers, where you see the storm surge rushing in, completely flooding streets and parking lots. The surge completely wiped away homes and buildings like this one in Naples that just floated away. The storm also swept away this yellow McLaren worth well over $1 million. Tampa police are warning residents to stay off the streets and stay indoors in case something like that happens. A street light crashing down. Also, check out what appears to be a shark swimming in the streets of this Fort Myers neighborhood. Another good reason to stay inside. All over Florida, residents are finding out the extent of the damage to their homes and livelihoods. Some who had evacuated are only now finding out if they even have homes to return to. Thousands more are still waiting to be rescued. Okay, can you imagine? I know you've been in a hurricane category 4, Al, but I just want to give you some more statistics. 2.5 million people without power. That list is growing. The death toll is projected to be in the hundreds. There have been 5 confirmed deaths, but again, in the hundreds. And finally, there are reportedly thousands of people waiting to be rescued. Does this, seeing those images, is that similar to what you experienced?
Absolutely. You know, and I was in Miami, which is on the other coast, but when I first started my comedy career, these cities like Naples and Port Charlotte and Sarasota, all those cities, Marco Island, all those cities, those are cities that I performed in. And ironically, in 2004, I did a benefit in Port Charlotte for Hurricane Charlie, which hit Fort Myers and devastated that area. So it just seems like, you know, every decade or so, one of these storms comes through and just...
It's more frequent than that. And I just want to say that because this is the 5th strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. Last year's Hurricane Ida was tied with it. But then if you look at like 2022, 2021, 2020, those are all the top storms in history, and they're in the last few years alone.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than, you know, obviously we're thinking about our friends and family and all of those who are affected by the storm. You know, obviously a lot of people chose to stay back, and we talked about some of the reasons why people choose to do that, but I sincerely hope that the death toll is a lot less than what they're projecting at this point.
But when you live there, someone like that, like Sam said, we do this every hurricane season. It's hurricane season for a reason because they go through it every season. Is there some sort of normalcy? I know this is a bad one in the top 5, right, but like, could you compare it in any way to like you grew up in Cleveland, I grew up in Chicago, right? We're prepared for when a winter storm hits. It's not as devastating as this, but if a winter storm hit in North Carolina, where my wife is from, shuts down the city.
That's what happened.
Right?
One hit Mississippi and it shut down everything.
Yeah, is there any sort of preparation, like this is just normal, we're going to get through this attitude when you live down there, or is it always devastation?
You know, one of my best friends in the world lives kind of close. He's in more like Central Florida, and he was telling me, you know, he's putting up shutters. There's shutters and stuff that you can put up. And he said there were some neighbors making some comments that really reminded me of the mask comments. They're like, what are you doing? Like, come on, we don't do that here. There is a little bit of sometimes when people don't leave, sometimes it's financial, but sometimes there's a little bit of like, I'm from here. Yeah. It's almost like if somebody from Minnesota, you were like, hey, you should prepare for the storm. Like, my family's from here. My grandpa, like, I know how to deal with the storm. There is a little bit of hubris that sometimes is scary because it's all good until it's not. Right. And when a storm like this hits, like I said, when we watch that traffic light fall, that's what really it resonates with me more than anything. We see the images of the rushing water, but it's what goes on after. It's the fact that there are no traffic lights that work. There's the banks aren't open. The gas stations that are all based on they're all electrical, so they work, but they pump out like 1 cent, 2 cents, so they take forever. So the lines at the gas station are a mile long. People are fighting at the grocery store. People are fighting at the gas station. It really tears apart a community. Some people never come back. People are displaced. Katrina, I mean, how many people left New Orleans? So it's a whole thing. Hurricanes are a natural disaster, but they're a different thing because they last for months and even years later.
That is horrifying, but that's well said. I think people need to understand that the recovery is going to take quite some time. Okay, I want to hear your opinion on this. This completely, I could not believe it when I read it. A Florida CEO for a postcard company is getting called out. She urged her staff to work through the storm because she thought it was going to be a quote-unquote nothing burger and was being overhyped by the media. She even told them to bring their kids and pets. She said she didn't want the end of the quarter to be ruined because people left work. Well, after the backlash, the CEO did end up closing the office on Wednesday and converted it into a shelter. But the question is, what do you do if your boss is telling you to work through something like this? I want to give you some more context. So she Zoomed them from her car. Many of the employees, I can't confirm this, but many of the employees assuming that she was leaving the town, right? Leaving the city. So not only did she zoom in remotely and tell them they all need to stay, she's obviously visually leaving, but she also said, you may lose power, and if you lose power, you still have to clock in those 40 hours, so you're gonna have to find a way to make it up, whether you lose power or not.
I would have, last week we knew the storm was coming, I would have sent her a postcard saying I'm not coming to work. That's what I would have did to her. No one got the joke because she owns a postcard company.
Yeah.
No, Thanks for following. I know, thank you for that.
Jeff, you told a couple jokes that were so good that I was about to answer like a nerd. Like, I agree, sir. Like that was first of all, it was a great joke. And second of all, what's not funny, Erica, is, oh my goodness. How is this a human being? I mean, you say that, oh, I'd quit, and I'd like to think that I could, but if you've got a couple kids, for sure, or a mortgage, this whole that whole Tom Cruise Who's Coming With Me, at the end of Jerry Maguire, that doesn't work for a lot of people. And now you just know that, first of all, you have to find a way to now clock in those 40 hours. And you also know that your boss could care if you live or die, which is also interesting, Erica.
Yeah, well, first of all, Who's Coming With Me was at the beginning.
I was going to correct them, too. I was going to say something.
Who's coming with me? That's the thing. It's like the humanity, and the idea that people have to choose between the security, the actual physical security of themselves and their family, and the security of the monetary side. That is a very tough choice for millions of Americans. But at the end of the day, you already see exactly what the backlash is. She is going to feel the effects and repercussions of her actions. And if anyone were to sustain any type of injury, she's liable for that.
Yeah. Wow, I know. Okay, so we're going to end this with a little bit of a silver lining, showing one of the silver linings of a very horrible storm. People helping people. Naples Fire Department posted this video showing them rescuing folks from a car that got stuck in floodwaters. Oh. And check out all of these Orange County firemen rescuing residents from a nursing home in Orlando, getting them out as floodwaters were rising this morning. And the Cajun Navy, which is a group of volunteers who perform rescues, is already at work in Florida. They said they've already performed between 20 to 30 rescues. So, this is devastating, but to see the humanity, right, the juxtaposition of that CEO is something to remind us that our neighbors, treat them with respect. And I think in this country where everybody's divided, it's nice to see some unity despite the horrific circumstances.
Yeah, tragedy brings people together, and we don't show it every day. But I would say 90% of our country and the world is good people doing good things for other people. Nobody wants to see that every day, but you do see it on display when something tragic happens, 9/11, a hurricane, any sort of destruction. You see the humanity in people loving people. And we need to be reminded of that sometimes, even in the shadow of a devastation like that.
You said that way better than me. I did not articulate my thoughts as well as you did.
And that's not good for you.
I know. I had an out-of-body experience where I was listening to me and I was like, oh gosh, somebody jump in.
If I'm articulating better than you need to work on that.
I know. I understand. Okay, so very sad news. Coming up on DBL, we are remembering rapper Coolio, who suddenly passed away, how his legacy will live on through his music. Plus, we are debunking some common myths, like can ginger ale really help you feel better when you're sick? And Shania Twain talks about having dinner with Oprah back in the day. Find out the one topic that made things a little awkward during their conversation.
Closed captioning provided by...
It's so easy to tell on Poshmark. You just pick out your item, snap a couple of photos, and boom.
Hey, just stop by. We're taking over. We're made for this. We're taking over. You know what time it is. We're taking over.
Hello, Bobby Bennett. Okay, so really, I was talking to Jason Carter this morning. He's a friend of the show, and he's in Miami. I guess some parts have been hit of Miami, but nothing like Naples and Fort Myers and Tampa.
Hurricanes are so weird in that their path can change, and also there's like a weird thing where it depends on if they hover or not. If you want the hurricane to continue through land because they really lose their power, but some, unfortunately, like the really bad ones, like that's what happened with Katrina. It got in the Gulf and it just stayed there, and it hovers, and because it hovers, it doesn't get any better. So, I mean, I don't know what the speed of the hurricane is. That's over my pay grade.
I think I have it right here.
In terms of it, you just want it to go over land, as crazy as that sounds.
Because it dies off, because it's getting the momentum from the ocean,
and it gets the water.
150 miles per hour is what Hurricane Ian is. 150 miles per hour. The strongest hurricane that ever hit Florida was in 1935. That was 185 miles per hour.
Wow. See, I would think that would be Hurricane Andrew, because Hurricane Andrew was right
that
before
was
I
165 miles per hour.
That was right before I moved to Miami, and Hurricane Andrew just took was it Homestead, Florida? I think it almost wiped it completely off the map, like it was not a city anymore. And Homestead is the city that you hit right as you're kind of getting you're close to the Keys at that point. Not the Key West, that's at the end, but when you start getting into Marathon and Largo and all that kind of stuff. So these hurricanes are just we can predict where
Did you
they're
do
going?
any preparation?
Totally unpredictable.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah,
You don't know.
Yeah, when we were in Mexico during a hurricane, it was
Oh,
Hurricane
yeah.
Grace, and it was coming directly at us, and there was a decision to be made. It ended up changing course, and it went the other direction, but it's still, I mean, there was damage.
Welcome back. Shania Twain is dishing on a dinner she had with the one and only Oprah Winfrey. Apparently, the conversation took a turn after Shania brought up religion with Oprah. Here's what Shania had to say about it on the Table Manners podcast.
It was just great to just sit and have real talks, but as soon as we started talking about religion, it all went sour. Everyone always says never talk about politics or religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just wasn't debatable. There was no room for debate. And I like to debate. Canadians like to debate about it. Debate everything. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to change subject.
All right, so what do you think about this? And what do you do when someone brings up one of the big 4 taboo topics at a dinner party? Religion, sex, money, politics. Are there any other taboo topics that you would throw into the mix, or is you don't
Family
care?
planning.
What do you mean?
Like, are you going to have a child? Like, things like that.
Ooh.
But, honestly, if I invite people over and we're breaking bread together, I feel like that is an open forum. And I don't necessarily think, although she brought up Canadians like to debate, I'm married to one, and clearly I am a debater, so that goes over well. But I think that there's a way to have conversations without it becoming contentious. And if we're sitting and breaking bread together in my home, then you're someone who has an open space to have those conversations with me.
Yeah, I agree. I have to be in my circle to open up with anything. I mean, especially me, I walk on eggshells all the time. And even around people I don't know, if I was at a social event and they bring something up, I'm like, I'm not talking about that, because you get labeled. You get these labels put on you, and depending on where you are in the country, I use California all the time because we're in Colorado. You might go out with some people, some executives, and they're talking about, oh my God, President Biden's the best president we ever had, right? And you're just like, yeah. You just say whatever. Yeah, I'm with that. Oh, I'm with that issue. Oh yeah, whatever you want. And you're like, man, if I tried to challenge them with an opinion, it's trouble for you. I'm not starting any trouble. I'll stick with my friends in my circle.
A lot of people, especially depending on where they sit in life, in terms of if they are a CEO or somebody that has a lot of power, they're not used to being challenged anyway.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem at dinner regardless. Now, I think what we're missing as human beings is, yes, you brought up the 4 major topics, but guess what? There's everything else to discuss. And I think there is more to us and more to this life than talking about politics. I remember way back when people just used to talk about like something funny that happened, or like they got a terrible haircut and here's what there's that. Like, there are anecdotes within your life that you can discuss, unless you feel like you have just boiled down to these 4 things. And if that's all that there is about you, then I guess we won't be having too many dinners.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. You go, Sam.
Listen, I agree with all of you. I think one thing that I'll give the credit to Michael Dean, our producer. He brought up to me how, it's not even like politics or religion or the big 4 that can make situations uncomfortable, but we forget about maybe food issues. Maybe sometimes you'll see somebody push, no, eat that. Why aren't you eating that? And that person may be in recovery for an eating disorder. Or, the list goes on. Drink that. Why aren't you having a drink? Come on. Maybe that person's sober, but they're not as confident as Al announcing that they're sober. And I've experienced that with loved ones. So I think the last thing we need to be worried about are topics that you should be able to discuss respectfully, but we need to think about what people may be really, truly going
through. But then I know we got to go, but how do you know? I don't even want to be in that situation. Like, if you're coming to my house, hey, have a drink, and all of a sudden you're a recovering alcoholic, and now I'm a jerk because I didn't know that, and then you didn't say anything to me, and now they're like, I can't believe Jeff did that. It's like, I don't want to be in that situation.
Who are y'all inviting to your home?
Nobody. Zero.
Zero. Y'all way too open.
Yeah.
Y'all way too open.
Coming up on DBL, is breakfast really the most important meal of the day? We're debunking some common myths next.
Are you ready?
The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. We all grew up believing random myths like frogs give you warts, but as we got older, most of us realized many are not true. But there are some myths out there that we still believe as adults, so let's take a look. First, shaving your hair makes it grow back darker and thicker. Well, that's a myth. Shaving does not change the thickness or color of your hair. There was a Seinfeld episode about that.
What about the speed that it grows back? I thought if you shaved more, it grew back faster.
No, it said quicker. No, myth.
I'm hanging on to that one.
I think a lot of people are.
I don't care about your facts. Yeah.
Well, as someone who gets dermaplane once a month, which means they shave my face,
yes,
I can attest to that. Otherwise, I would have a complete goatee.
There's still time.
Yes.
There's still time.
Okay, so next, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. As long as a person can fit their nutrients in during other meals, breakfast may not be the most critical meal.
I never thought this.
I can't wait to eat breakfast every morning.
Do you eat like a typical breakfast? Like I could eat a steak in the morning.
Me too.
You know what I
eat
mean?
pancakes.
I know you can.
Pancakes.
I eat, they're frozen power pancakes. I stick them in the microwave, but that's like my thing. I can't wait. Every morning I get so excited. I do my pancakes, butter, cinnamon and sugar on top.
That's really so you do real breakfast. I had to go back to Al because I was kind of just I was joking a little bit. Remember when Al would bring in a steak for morning meetings?
Yes.
I'd be eating during our 8 o'clock meeting.
Right
you'd be eating a steak.
Right next to me.
The vegan.
Or chicken on bones and sucking the chicken meat off
I'm
the
going to get my money's worth. Honestly, my breakfast, it's a hangover from being a stand-up comic. I know we got to move on, but like I was so broke coming up that like what you would do is you would eat dinner at the club the night before and then order another meal after your show. So then you eat that the next morning. So I was used to eating leftover comedy club food at 10 in the morning, so here we are.
Oh yeah. Okay, so ginger ale makes you feel better. Yes, ginger may offer benefits for stomach aches and nausea, but many ginger ales contain just a tiny bit of ginger and pretty much all sugar.
Okay, you're not about to sit up here and tell me, a black woman, that's a myth. Okay,
Erica Cobb, you look.
That is not happening. On behalf of Big Mamas, Medeas, uncles, everybody, I just want you to know that ginger ale absolutely fixes everything. It will cure your headache, your stomach issues, if you have athlete's foot, whatever you have, ginger ale, and then you drink the ginger ale and you take a nap.
You're right, Erica. We grew up on burners over here, so you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, the next myth is that we only use 10% of our brain. Scans can track brain function and prove even simple activities require almost all of the brain to be active. I believed this one. Yeah. I always thought that like Einstein used more of his brain. I guess I was wrong.
I think 10% is a nice round number people can wrap their head around, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, if you think about just all the autonomic functions that are happening while you're sitting here, your stomach is still processing food, you're relaxing your arms. All these things are happening without you even thinking about it. So your brain has to continue to work, right? Even when you're talking about something totally different.
I think different people are different because you said automatic. I don't even know what you said, and my brain was like.
We'll be right back.
I think different people are different.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, "If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting," unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no, Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, Senior Fellow in Economic Studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asks the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the U.S., are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Oh, Erica, we have so many people echoing your sentiments in regard to ginger ale.
See?
So Real Royalty says, yes, I love ginger ale. It does work. Mm-hmm. And then we got Sherry. Sherry says, ginger ale always helps me get through a flight. I get it every time. Huh.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, what can you rely on more?
So how does it help with athlete's foot?
It just does. I don't know. It's a catch-all.
Pour it on it?
No, you drink it. You always drink it, and then you take a nap. And when you wake up, everything's better.
I am not a doctor.
No, it sounds clinical. It sounds clinical.
Underscore highlight exclamation mark. She's not a doctor. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. Matchmaker Devin Simone will be here live. She's telling us how to break the stigma of older women getting into the dating world, plus dating after divorce, and remembering hip-hop icon Coolio, who passed away suddenly, how his friends are honoring him today.
We have checked several claims in this long post, and now we're getting to these final claims, all relating to aspirin. So let's verify. Our sources, cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley and Johns Hopkins Medicine. The claim, if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at night. We all know aspirin is a pain reliever, but what does it actually do? Johns Hopkins Medicine explains in addition to relieving pain, lowering fever, and reducing inflammation, aspirin can be used to prevent blood clots from forming by separating platelets. So many people take aspirin daily to prevent heart attacks, but is taking it at night better?
I don't think the data is compelling to take it at night. And I tell my patients to take it whenever they're actually going to remember to take it.
Dr. Coley says although some studies suggest taking it at night is better, the effects of aspirin that prevent blood clots can last for days.
The aspirin itself is gone from your system within some minutes or hours. The effects can last up to 10 days until the platelets turn over and become new.
She says, of course, if you're feeling pain or have a fever, pop some aspirin. But there are some downsides to taking it at night.
Now, one of the downsides of taking aspirin at night is that aspirin can cause irritation in the lining of the stomach. It can cause gastritis or gastric inflammation.
Coley tells us if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at whatever time is easiest for you to remember. So we can verify that no, it's not best to take aspirin at night. Coley says either way, it will work. But do as your doctor prescribes. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting.
Welcome to DBL. That's Coolio's hit song, Gangsta's Paradise, from the movie Dangerous Minds. Sadly, the rapper who was born, artist Leon Ivy Jr., died yesterday at the age of 59. He was found on the floor of a friend's bathroom, but it's still unclear how he died. Now, according to TMZ, no drugs or any signs of foul play were discovered at the home. The song Gangsta's Paradise won a Grammy back in 1996. Over the summer, it reached 1 billion views on YouTube and has been streamed 1 billion times on Spotify. And Dangerous Minds star Michelle Pfeiffer credits Coolio's song for the movie's success, writing, "I remember him being nothing but gracious. 30 years later, I still get chills when I hear the song." And fellow rapper Snoop Dogg shared a pic of the two, writing, "Rest in peace, Coolio." There's also a video that's circulating that was posted by Vanilla Ice because they have their I Love the 90s tour that they've been doing together for the past 6 years. And so this is what Vanilla Ice posted. This was from last week, and Vanilla Ice followed it up by saying, "I'm going to miss you, brother. You were the coolest." So this was in Texas. Wow, just a handful of days ago.
Yeah,
crazy.
I listened to the lyrics to that song. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And I look at my life and I realize there's nothing left. And I think people listen to, especially back then, they would listen to hip hop, listen to people like DMX, and they'd be like, why do people listen to this guy that's talking about drugs and alcohol and rampant sex? And it's because it resonates with a lot of people's lives. A lot of people were listening to the song and felt like that reflected their life. And people like DMX. I remember when we did this story on DMX, I got a text in real time from my buddy Joey, who I think some of you guys have met, and he said listening to DMX helped him get through foster care. There are these rappers that if you don't lived that life. If you haven't been bounced around by life, you don't understand. But if you've grown up with tragedy, when somebody's speaking your life to you, that's where you get to 1 billion views, because it resonates with people and it pulls people in.
Right. I mean, you're also talking about duality, you know, religion with real life and the hardships and falling. There was also a lot of duality to Coolio as well, because just look at the aesthetics. No one even noticed that Michelle Pfeiffer, a white blonde woman with Coolio, like, we did not see that when this came out.
Yeah.
You know, like 30 years ago, we weren't seeing the image of this black man in hip hop and rap and this white blonde woman. Like, that was the reason why, and I agree with you, Al, the reason why that was such a part of pop culture, it was because it was a blockbuster. It hit every quadrant of our America. So I think Coolio, like, and Michelle Pfeiffer's right, we wouldn't be talking about Dangerous Minds if it wasn't for this song. So, I mean, it's a tragedy, and the fact that he was only 59.
So young, and on tour just a handful of days ago. So sad. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. What a loss. Okay, so it's barely been 4 months since the end of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial. And as Jeff always points out, now there's a TV movie based on the trial coming out tomorrow on Tubi. Take a look.
No one should have to go through this.
I'm so tired of this. I can't keep doing it. This trial, it's about the truth.
I did tell the truth.
I have the right to say what happened to me.
They listen to her lies, her allegations.
Your Honor, may we introduce the next tape?
The movie did its best to recreate actual scenes from the trial, like this shot of Johnny leaving court. Here's the actress playing Amber and the real-life Amber on the stand. You always talk about, Jeff, how, you know, whether it be this trial or even more egregious, not to take away from some of the criminal offenses that were described at this trial, but you always talk about how they then get glamorized.
Well, someone's trying to capitalize very quickly on this. But listen, we just saw this trial in real time with the real people. That was part of it, seeing Johnny Depp on trial because he's this larger-than-life character we see on television. It has nothing to do with society, in my mind. We're not going to look back and be like, where were you during the Amber Heard trial? You're not. When you redo something like the OJ trial, something that impacted society in America and cultures, they could redo that because you want to see details into that. Who cares what they were? I don't really care what Johnny Depp was.
Erica cares.
But we just watched it in real time. I don't need to see an actor say allegations. I don't need to hear that.
I care. I know I care. I don't want to care, but I care.
So you're going to watch it?
I likely will. And the reason why I know that I'm the target audience is because I watch reality TV, and then the next day I have this podcast, shout out to Watch What Crappens. They literally reenact what I watched like 10 hours before, and I will listen religiously every day because I want to see their interpretation and to hear if their interpretation was my interpretation. I don't know why I'm like that.
Jeff does.
That's who I am. So I definitely will watch to be like, oh, I missed that, or I didn't see it that way, or I wonder how they came to that conclusion. Like, that's how my mom works.
I think you're alone. I think she's alone in this.
I'm never alone, Sam.
Shout out to Watch What
Where
Crappens.
my people?
All right. George and Jamal Clooney may have the perfect marriage. During a chat with Gayle King on their 8th wedding anniversary, George said life with Jamal was, quote, easy, but Gayle wasn't buying it. Watch.
Has it been easy?
Easy. Like, the easiest thing in our lives by far. We've never had a
It's maddening
argument.
to some of our friends. I have a cousin, actually, every time we see him, he's like, his first question is, so have you had an argument yet? Like, before he says hello.
Yeah. Would you like us to right now? Does that make you feel better?
No. Could be a first.
Oh my gosh, Jamal said the secret to never arguing is that they don't get cynical or guarded with each other.
And also be loaded. That also helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Help.
Money is the number one argument with a lot of things. What you're doing with it now, what you're going to do with it. Kids, and
I don't
also
think they have kids, do they?
They do.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
India.
Yep. Sorry
real quickly,
about
in
that.
the audition, remember we had to play, I don't know who was in the room with me, but they gave me like a card when we were auditioning for this show. And they're like, George Clooney had twins because it was like, we were doing the real show. And I'm like,
that.
George and Amel just had twins, everybody. And they're like, it's a mall. I'm like, well, I'm out. But anyway, Sorry.
They're
So
five.
that's how I knew. Yeah, we started 5 years ago. That's how I know we had it. Sorry.
And also, Eric, I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think that it matters that they were both very established in their careers? I think a lot of times we ask people to pair up in their 20s when you are just kind of figuring it out.
First of all, I never trust a we don't argue situation. There has to be something. I just believe that arguing is healthy. But my husband and I do not argue a lot, but there have come up like issues where we're debating on what we should do. And I don't see it as being fighting because it's not contentious, but it's still an argument. Like, I think that's healthy.
Oh, yeah, we argue.
Yeah.
My husband and I argue.
You guys are very healthy, is what you say. Yeah.
We definitely argue. But, we're trying to be better at that because I think for Mark and I, you bring up when you and Jordan went to marriage boot camp, right? Like, we just want to always pull out those tools while we're arguing. I don't know why I'm laughing.
That's the plan, though.
It's like just to be better. Like, how do we each individually get better so we can not make those arguments so contentious?
How much of it stems from money, though? How many
money and kids.
branches?
For us, it's money and kids.
But then it's like, could we afford to do this? Go on this vacation, pay for this mortgage. Everything revolves around money. If I had all the money, we just fight about like, I don't want meatloaf. What do you want? Crab legs?
Let's get both. I talk like that.
I'm always a fan of getting both, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good dinner.
Go out to dinner with Erica. They just order the whole menu.
But not crab legs and meatloaf.
Hey, listen.
Weird.
It sounds like what you had for breakfast back
then. Exactly right. Coming up on DBL Matchmaker, Devin Simone will be here live. There she is. We cannot wait to talk with her about all things dating next.
Closed captioning provided by...
This is Daily Blast Live. We have fiery debate. That's not true. Can I finish? We tell heartfelt stories. We're so emotional over here. We talk to the stars.
Turn up the notch on that. Great research.
DBL is all new every day.
I know. So much fun with this, okay?
We will.
Devin Simone, dating expert, matchmaker. Please.
This is your last time. We have to film.
This is her last time
breathing
us.
Look at the camera. It's her last time.
Hi. Okay.
We love her.
Anyway,
Producer extraordinaire, Gabriella. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Keep going. Stop it. Okay. So Sam, you'll intro her. This is all about not being afraid to date at any age. Society has not been too nice to people that are still single and 30 plus. Okay.
Al's in that category.
Wow.
Wow. So you know what? Bring it into the segment. Erica, you'll have the first question, which are what are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true. Devin has a personal experience with her aunt. Al, you'll have the second question. What about a younger person pursuing an older person? Is that a red flag? What's a reasonable age gap? She does have a tip about that, so make sure you get to it.
Okay.
Sam, you'll have the third question. A lot of people wonder, how to know when you're ready to date again after divorce, loss. Best way to go about it. What would she say? Jeff, we're definitely getting to this question.
Okay.
How does she feel about Leo DiCaprio's dating habits?
A little gossip.
A little gossip.
Yeah.
Is it a red flag? Why? Why is he only dating these young women? Okay.
Why is he dating these young models?
Yes.
Yeah. What a tragedy.
Can we? Is this a 14-second segment?
Okay. All right.
What do you think is possibly wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio? That he keeps dating beautiful models from around the world.
Obviously,
is he out of his mind?
Obviously, he has a power trip problem because I don't think he'd continuously be going after 24-year-olds that are a lot easier to deal with than somebody that's like in his age, in my opinion.
I think
he just wants
having
someone
fun.
who fits into his life.
Yeah,
he's not
Leonardo
interested in
DiCaprio.
like.
Welcome back to DBL. Let's be real. Society isn't too kind to women who are 30 and up and single. So to break the stigma against older women dating and answer some burning questions, we've got senior matchmaker Devin Simone back on DBL. Welcome back, Devin.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Happy to be back.
Yes, Devin, I've been following you for years. If you're not following Devin on Instagram, make sure you check her out. So I'm excited to see you. So what is going on? Of course. So there are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true. Share those with us.
The lies, girl, they're straight up lies. There's a stigma that, when you get older, that you're less fabulous. There's a stigma that you won't be able to sort of keep up, that you're really set in your ways, maybe that you've kind of lost that oomph. We all know that that's not true. I mean, 50 is the new 20, 60 is the new 30. You know yourself more. There are some advantages to dating older, and you can make it work for you. You just have to be smart about it.
All right, well, let's flip it a little bit. What about a younger person pursuing an older person? Now, is it like, what's a red flag and what's a reasonable age gap?
So y'all not gonna get me in trouble talking about reasonable age gaps because hashtag no judgment.
Yeah, that's right.
But it depends on what you're looking for though, right? So you just wanna make sure that you have a similar vision in what you want out of life. So if you're older and you want to date someone 10 years younger than you, okay, cool. But make sure that that person's not looking for something very different, like maybe they want to start a family. Also make sure that you guys have complementary lifestyles. So if you're ready to retire and jet off, dip it and do it, and can pay to do that, and this person's just starting a new career and working extra long hours, you're probably not going to be compatible. So just make sure that you have a shared vision for what you want in the future and a similar lifestyle in terms of where you can be now. Unless you're just looking for somebody really cute as arm candy, then do whatever you want.
Okay, well, look, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire here. Give us a number. Like, what's a weird? Is it 8 years, 14 years? Like, what's a little like eyebrow raising?
So with our clients, I generally recommend an 8-year window, right? So you want to do like say 5 years down, 8 years up, and that's for men and women. But again, if you feel like you just want something much younger than that, we're talking 15 years, 20 years, you can do that. Just be realistic about it and make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of.
Ooh. All right, so a lot of people wonder how to know when you're ready to date again, especially after divorce or loss, and the best way to go about it. So what would your advice be to them?
My advice would be if you feel like at some point you want to get back out there, the minute you start thinking about it and the minute you feel comfortable enough to even say it, even if it's to yourself in the mirror or to your best friend, then it's time to give it a try. You don't have to be fully healed. That is a myth in and of itself. We're always growing. You don't have to be fully healed to start dating. You just have to be taking steps towards that goal, and go ahead and dip your toe in it. Make sure you have a good support system because you never know who may surprise you and when.
I like it. So, Devin, before we go, we got to get into a little tabloid gossip here. Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio not dating any older women, older than 25, I should say, beautiful models from around the world? What's wrong with this sickie?
Oh, look at Devin.
What's wrong with this sickie dating beautiful models?
That is a mess. It is a mess. It's a red flag. And Leo was fine on that boat, but maybe he didn't deserve to get on the door. Maybe Rose had the right idea in Titanic, because the way that Leo keeps dating these college-age girls is questionable. Look, Leo can do whatever he wants. He's a grown adult, and these women are all grown adults. However, anytime someone keeps dating someone that much younger, it typically means that person likes an unequal balance of power, right? He's older, he's wiser, he has more money, and that creates a little dynamic, and it's a little weird.
Devin, what happened to hashtag no judgment and dip it and quit it?
Oh, I'm gonna send them to you. I'm gonna send them to you. If you are mad about what I said, go follow me on Instagram. Don't come at me about it.
Fair enough.
Devin, I love what you said earlier about if you're talking about it with your family or you're talking about it with your friends, that's something that means that you're ready to go out and do it. Because a lot of people think they're just talking in a vacuum, and I'm like, why are you telling me like you should put action behind it?
Absolutely. Put action behind it. Look for a support system. Look for a date coach. There are some that are much more reasonably priced than you might think. And you can also look for a matchmaker too. A lot of companies will even do a free consult. So that way maybe you can get some expert advice and sort of that you can use when you're dipping your toe in without having to fully commit. But there are options for you. And my aunt, she's 70, has a boyfriend of 10 years. Woo! They met at a graduation, love each other. Shout out to Aunt Nevada and Will. So it absolutely can be done.
Yes. Devin, thank you so much. DBL Nation, Devin is a senior matchmaker at 3 Day Rule, and you can check out Devin on dating.com for more info on matchmaking. Devin, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Appreciate it.
That was fun.
Thank you, guys.
It's important.
The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So, let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
It's Thursday, and I know you guys are going to love these deals. So if you've got a smartphone, get ready to scan on screen our QR code and get to shopping.
Steph, I got an itch and the only scratch is to shop. What do we got?
Hi, Tori. Hey, DBL Nation. I'm so excited to show you what we've got today. And trust me, these items are wonderful. So let's get started with this first one. I've got the Martino by Martino Cartier Powerball hairdryer. And Tori, this dryer is small but mighty. It's equipped like a regular dryer with 2 heat settings and the same amount of power as a regular dryer. And if you've got arthritis or any joint problems, this is going to make drying your hair so much easier because it fits in the palm of your hand.
Wow.
So you're not going to strain yourself, and it's so light. And this model was only made for a limited run, so Morningsave have purchased the entire inventory in a closeout deal, and we've got the green light to offer it at an exclusively low price that you will not find anywhere else. So act fast, because when this is gone, it is gone. And it's Morningsave's first time featuring the product on television. Normally, Tori, it's $89, but we've got it for just $24.99, saving everyone 72 cents.
What a great price for such a helpful product.
Now, Tori, these are so chic. We've got a diamond fused 14-carat gold-plated diamond accent bracelet.
Wow.
So this deal includes one bracelet, which we've got available in 3 styles. We've got leaf, swirl, and elephant. I love these styles that feature real diamond accents.
Whoa.
They're ethically sourced diamonds, and at $20,
what?
Why not get every style?
What?
So normally these are $100 each, but we've got them for $19.99, saving everyone 80%. And you didn't hear me wrong. Diamonds and 14-carat gold plated.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting the elephant one times 5.
Now you only get one,
okay,
but
fine.
obviously for $19.99, that is not a price to be sneered at, Tori.
No, what a fantastic
I really
gift.
think you should get all 3 and stack them together. Next up, we've got Life Pro AccuLux Shiatsu foot massager with heat. So this deal includes one foot massager that will give you a deep tissue massage to comfort those swollen and aching feet. And you'll press down onto 6 different massage rollers with acupressure nodes, and control panel features a bunch of different movements, modes, speeds, heats, and intensity levels. Now, we quickly sold out of this last time, and the last time we featured on Morningsave, our buyers went crazy and they wanted more. So you guys need to hurry this time because quantities are limited, and this is the lowest price we've ever featured this massager on television, and they're going to go fast.
Yeah, right?
So normally these are $225.
Yeah.
But we've got them for $69.99, saving everyone 69%.
That's like when you're putting your feet up and you realize you've done good savings.
Love it.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's padded, and it can heat up.
And for the winter with a nice cup of cocoa.
Tori, for our last product today, we've got the Homedics Hot and Cold Gel Eye Mask.
Oh, I need this.
So this deal includes one eye mask, and let me tell you, this deal is easy on the eyes and on the wallet.
Good one.
So this will give you headache and tension relief for true relaxation. So you can choose between 3 soothing head levels or use the removable cold gel pad and get it out of the freezer. Normally, this is $38.
Okay.
But we've got it for just $14.99. That saves everyone at home 61%.
My eyes are quite dry, and when I look at a screen all day, to have that cold at night to go to bed on,
Exactly.
beautiful and great savings.
If you get migraines, it's a lifesaver.
Totally true, and a great gift. Head on over, everyone, to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even go ahead and scan that QR code you see on screen. It's going to take you directly to these products on Morningsave's website. Steph, as always, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, "If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting," unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no, Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, Senior Fellow in Economic Studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asks the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the US, are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
I love this story. A TikTok star surprised a 100-year-old veteran with a day he won't forget. Isaiah Garza randomly approached the man and offered to take him to Disneyland. In the captions, it said the man had not been on a ride in 50 years, so they took a spin on the teacups, captured the day on TikTok, and here's what the man had to say.
Oh my God, this is one of the best days of my life. I feel like I might be dreaming or something. I thought my life was over. I'll remember this day for a long time. You don't know how much I appreciate this. You don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
That was awesome.
I know. And the magic of Disneyland, you know?
No, don't ruin the story.
Ruin it about the Disney World.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This is Daily Blast Live, right here at this desk, 5 days a week. No topics are off limits. I think it's an okay conversation to have. We have fiery debate. That's not true. Can I finish? You just got me all riled up. We tell heartfelt stories. We're so emotional over here. We talk to the stars.
Turn up the notch on that.
You on top of your game.
Thank you. DBL is entertaining.
I was like in shock.
That's why we watch. It's time to be a part of the DBL family. DBL is all new every day.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
Wild video shows Florida getting hit as Hurricane Ian made landfall, leaving behind catastrophic damage and major flooding. Is that a shark swimming in the street? Debunking common myths, from drinking ginger ale to cure sickness, to breakfast being the most important meal of the day. Is this stuff really true? Remembering rapper Coolio, the major impact he had on the music industry with his Grammy-winning hit, Gangsta's Paradise.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
And Matchmaker Devin Simone is here live to talk all about breaking the stigma of older women getting out into the dating world.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. We are thinking of our viewers in Florida. I know that you all have been, I'm sure, on social media or on the news. You see it. It's everywhere you look. Shocking images and videos of Hurricane Ian after it devastated Florida yesterday. It's the 5th most powerful storm to ever hit the state. All over Southwest Florida, residents and officials are getting their first look at the destruction from the storm in cities like Tampa, Fort Myers, and Naples. Now, check out this time-lapse video. from a webcam in Fort Myers, where you see the storm surge rushing in, completely flooding streets and parking lots. The surge completely wiped away homes and buildings like this one in Naples that just floated away. The storm also swept away this yellow McLaren worth well over $1 million. Tampa police are warning residents to stay off the streets and stay indoors in case something like that happens. A street light crashing down. Also, check out what appears to be a shark swimming in the streets of this Fort Myers neighborhood. Another good reason to stay inside. All over Florida, residents are finding out the extent of the damage to their homes and livelihoods. Some who had evacuated are only now finding out if they even have homes to return to. Thousands more are still waiting to be rescued. Okay, can you imagine? I know you've been in a hurricane category 4, Al, but I just want to give you some more statistics. 2.5 million people without power. That list is growing. The death toll is projected to be in the hundreds. There have been 5 confirmed deaths, but again, in the hundreds. And finally, there are reportedly thousands of people waiting to be rescued. Does this, seeing those images, is that similar to what you experienced?
Absolutely. You know, and I was in Miami, which is on the other coast, but when I first started my comedy career, these cities like Naples and Port Charlotte and Sarasota, all those cities, Marco Island, all those cities, those are cities that I performed in. And ironically, in 2004, I did a benefit in Port Charlotte for Hurricane Charlie, which hit Fort Myers and devastated that area. So it just seems like, you know, every decade or so, one of these storms comes through and just...
It's more frequent than that. And I just want to say that because this is the 5th strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. Last year's Hurricane Ida was tied with it. But then if you look at like 2022, 2021, 2020, those are all the top storms in history, and they're in the last few years alone.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than, you know, obviously we're thinking about our friends and family and all of those who are affected by the storm. You know, obviously a lot of people chose to stay back, and we talked about some of the reasons why people choose to do that, but I sincerely hope that the death toll is a lot less than what they're projecting at this point.
But Al, when you live there, someone like that, like Sam said, we do this every hurricane season. It's hurricane season for a reason because they go through it every season. Is there some sort of normalcy? I know this is a bad one in the top 5, right, but like, could you compare it in any way to, like, you grew up in Cleveland, I grew up in Chicago, right? We're prepared for when a winter storm hits. It's not as devastating as this, but if a winter storm hit in North Carolina, where my wife is from, shuts down the city.
That's what happened.
Right?
One hit Mississippi and it shut down everything.
Yeah, is there any sort of preparation, like this is just normal, we're going to get through this attitude when you live down there, or is it always devastation?
You know, one of my best friends in the world lives kind of close. He's in more like Central Florida, and he was telling me, you know, he's putting up shutters. There's shutters and stuff that you can put up. And he said there were some neighbors making some comments that really reminded me of the mask comments. They're like, what are you doing? Like, come on, we don't do that here. There is a little bit of sometimes when people don't leave, sometimes it's financial, but sometimes there's a little bit of like, I'm from here. Yeah. It's almost like if somebody from Minnesota, you were like, hey, you should prepare for the storm. Like, my family's from here. My grandpa, like, I know how to deal with the storm. There is a little bit of hubris that sometimes is scary because it's all good until it's not. Right. And when a storm like this hits, like I said, when we watch that traffic light fall, that's what really it resonates with me more than anything. We see the images of the rushing water, but it's what goes on after. It's the fact that there are no traffic lights that work. There's the banks aren't open. The gas stations that are all based on they're all electrical, so they work, but they pump out like 1 cent, 2 cents, so they take forever. So the lines at the gas station are a mile long. People are fighting at the grocery store. People are fighting at the gas station. It really tears apart a community. Some people never come back. People are displaced. Katrina, I mean, how many people left New Orleans? So it's a whole thing. Hurricanes are a natural disaster, but they're a different thing because they last for months and even years later.
That is horrifying, but that's well said. I think people need to understand that the recovery is going to take quite some time. Okay, I want to hear your opinion on this. This completely, I could not believe it when I read it. A Florida CEO for a postcard company is getting called out. She urged her staff to work through the storm because she thought it was going to be a quote-unquote nothing burger and was being overhyped by the media. She even told them to bring their kids and pets. She said she didn't want the end of the quarter to be ruined because people left work. Well, after the backlash backlash, the CEO did end up closing the office on Wednesday and converted it into a shelter. But the question is, what do you do if your boss is telling you to work through something like this? I want to give you some more context. So she Zoomed them from her car. Many of the employees, I can't confirm this, but many of the employees assuming that she was leaving the town, right? Leaving the city. So not only did she zoom in remotely and tell them they all need to stay, she's obviously visually leaving, but she also said, you may lose power, and if you lose power, you still have to clock in those 40 hours, so you're gonna have to find a way to make it up, whether you lose power or not.
I would have, last week we knew the storm was coming, I would have sent her a postcard saying, I'm not coming to work. That's what I would have did to her. No one got the joke because she owns a postcard company.
Yeah.
No,
Thanks for following. I know, thank you for that.
Jeff, you told a couple jokes that were so good that I was about to answer like a nerd. Like, I agree, sir. Like, that was, first of all, it was a great joke. And second of all, what's not funny, Erica, is, oh my goodness. How is this a human being? I mean, you say that, oh, I'd quit, and I'd like to think that I could, but if you've got a couple kids or a mortgage, this whole, that whole Tom Cruise, who's coming with me, at the end of Jerry Maguire, that doesn't work for a lot of people. And now you just know that, first of all, you have to find a way to now clock in those 40 hours, and you also know that your boss could care if you live or die, which is also interesting, Erica.
Yeah, well, first of all, who's coming with me was at the beginning.
I was going to correct them, too. I was going to say something.
Who's coming with me? That's the thing. It's like the humanity, and the idea that people have to choose between the security, the actual physical security of themselves and their family, and the security of the monetary side. That is a very tough choice for millions of Americans. But at the end of the day, you already see exactly what the backlash is. She is going to feel the effects and repercussions of her actions. And if anyone were to sustain any type of injury, she's liable for that.
Yeah. Wow, I know. Okay, so we're going to end this with a little bit of a silver lining, showing one of the silver linings of a very horrible storm. People helping people. Naples Fire Department posted this video showing them rescuing folks from a car that got stuck in floodwaters. Wow. And check out all of these Orange County firemen rescuing residents from a nursing home in Orlando, getting them out as floodwaters were rising this morning. And the Cajun Navy, which is a group of volunteers who perform rescues, is already at work in Florida. They said they've already performed between 20 to 30 rescues. So, this is devastating, but to see the humanity, right, the juxtaposition of that CEO is something to remind us that our neighbors, treat them with respect. And I think in this country where everybody's divided, it's nice to see some unity despite the horrific circumstances.
Yeah, tragedy brings people together, and we don't show it every day. But I would say 90% of our country and the world is good people doing good things for other people. Nobody wants to see that every day, but you do see it on display when something tragic happens, 9/11, a hurricane, any sort of destruction. You see the humanity in people loving people. And we need to be reminded of that sometimes, even in the shadow of a devastation like that.
You said that way better than me. I did not articulate my thoughts as well as you did.
And that's not good for you.
I know. I had an out-of-body experience where I was listening to me and I was like, oh gosh, somebody jump in.
If I'm articulating better than you need to work on that.
I know. I understand. Okay, so very sad news. Coming up on DBL, we are remembering rapper Coolio, who suddenly passed away, how his legacy will live on through his music. Plus, we are debunking some common myths, like can ginger ale really help you feel better when you're sick? And Shania Twain talks about having dinner with Oprah back in the day. Find out the one topic that made things a little awkward during their conversation.
Closed captioning provided by...
It's so easy to tell on Poshmark. You just pick out your item, snap a couple of photos, and boom. It's a couple of photos, and boom.
Hey, just stop by.
Hello, Bobby Bennett. Okay, so really, I was talking to Jason Carter this morning. He's a friend of the show, and he's in Miami. I guess some parts have been hit of Miami, but nothing like Naples and Fort Myers and Tampa.
Hurricanes are so weird in that their path can change, and also there's like a weird thing where it depends on if they hover or not. if you want the hurricane to continue through land because they really lose their power. But some, unfortunately, like the really bad ones, like that's what happened with Katrina. It got in the Gulf and it just stayed there, and it hovers, and because it hovers, it doesn't get any better. So, I mean, I don't know what the speed of the hurricane is. That's over my pay grade.
I think I have it right here.
In terms of it, you just want it to go over land, as crazy as that sounds.
Because it dies off, because it's getting the momentum from the ocean,
and it gets
right?
150 miles per hour is what Hurricane Ian is. 150 miles per hour. The strongest hurricane that ever hit Florida was in 1935. That was 185 miles per hour.
Wow. See, I would think that would be Hurricane Andrew, because Hurricane Andrew was
that was 165 miles per hour.
That was right before I moved to Miami, and Hurricane Andrew just took was it Homestead, Florida? I think it almost wiped it completely like off the map, like it was not a city anymore. And Homestead is the city that you hit right as you're kind of getting into, you're close to the Keys at that point. Not the Key West, that's at the end, but when you start getting into Marathon and Largo and all that kind of stuff. So these hurricanes are just, we can predict where they're going.
Did you do any preparation?
Totally unpredictable.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah, when we were in Mexico during a hurricane, it was Hurricane Grace, and it was coming directly at us, and there was a decision to be made. It ended up changing course, and it went the other direction, but it's still, I mean, there was damage.
Welcome back. Shania Twain is dishing on a dinner she had with the one and only Oprah Winfrey. Apparently, the conversation took a turn after Shania brought up religion with Oprah. Here's what Shania had to say about it on the Table Manners podcast.
It was just great to just sit and have real talks, but as soon as we started talking about religion, it all went sour. Everyone always says never talk about politics or religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just wasn't debatable. There was no room for debate. And I like to debate. Canadians like to debate about it. Debate everything. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to change subject.
All right, so what do you think about this? And what do you do when someone brings up one of the big 4 taboo topics at a dinner party? Religion, sex, money, politics. Are there any other taboo topics that you would throw into the mix, or is you don't
Family
care?
planning.
What do you mean?
Like, are you going to have a child? Like, things like that.
Ooh.
But, honestly, if I invite people over and we're breaking bread together, I feel like that is an open forum. And I don't necessarily think, although she brought up Canadians like to debate, I'm married to one, and clearly I am a debater, so that goes over well. But I think that there's a way to have conversations without it becoming contentious. And if we're sitting and breaking bread together in my home, then you're someone who has an open space to have those conversations with me.
Yeah, I agree. I have to be in my circle to open up with anything. I mean, especially me, I walk on eggshells all the time. And even around people I don't know, if I was at a social event and they bring something up, I'm like, I'm not talking about that, because you get labeled. You get these labels put on you, and depending on where you are in the country, I use California all the time because we're in Colorado. You might go out with some people, some executives, and they're talking about, oh my God, President Biden's the best president we ever had, right? And you're just like, yeah. You just say whatever. Yeah, I'm with that. Oh, I'm with that issue. Oh yeah, whatever you want. And you're like, man, if I tried to challenge them with an opinion, it's trouble for you. I'm not starting any trouble. I'll stick with my friends in my circle.
A lot of people, especially depending on where they sit in life in terms of if they are a CEO or somebody that has a lot of power, they're not used to being challenged anyway. Yeah. So that's going to be a problem at dinner regardless. Now, I think what we're missing as human beings is, yes, you brought up the 4 major topics, but guess what? There's everything else to discuss. And I think there is more to us and more to this life than talking about politics. I remember way back when people just used to talk about like something funny that happened, or like they got a terrible haircut and here's what like there are anecdotes within your life that you can discuss, unless you feel like you have just boiled down to these 4 things. And if that's all that there is about you, then I guess we won't be having too many dinners.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. You go, Sam.
Listen, I agree with all of you. I think one thing that I'll give the credit to Michael Dean, our producer. He brought up to me how, it's not even like politics or religion or the big four that can make situations uncomfortable, but we forget about maybe food issues. Maybe sometimes you'll see somebody push, no, eat that. Why aren't you eating that? And that person may be in recovery for an eating disorder. Or, the list goes on. Drink that. Why aren't you having a drink? Come on. Maybe that person's sober, but they're not as confident as Al announcing that they're sober. And I've experienced that with loved ones. So I think the last thing we need to be worried about are topics that you should be able to discuss respectfully, but we need to think about what people may be really, truly going
through. But then I know we got to go, but how do you know? I don't even want to be in that situation. Like, if you're coming to my house, hey, have a drink, and all of a sudden you're a recovering alcoholic, and now I'm a jerk because I didn't know that, and then you didn't say anything to me, and now they're like, I can't believe Jeff did that. It's like, I don't want to be in that situation.
Who are y'all inviting to your home?
Nobody. Zero.
Zero. Y'all way too open.
Yeah.
Y'all way too open.
Coming up on DBL, is breakfast really the most important meal of the day? We're debunking some common myths next.
Are you ready?
The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. We all grew up believing random myths like frogs give you warts, but as we got older, most of us realized many are not true. But there are some myths out there that we still believe as adults, so let's take a look. First, shaving your hair makes it grow back darker and thicker. Well, that's a myth. Shaving does not change the thickness or color of your hair. There was a Seinfeld episode about that.
What about the speed that it grows back? I thought if you shaved more, it grew back faster.
No, it said quicker. No, myth.
I'm hanging on to that one.
I think a lot of people are.
I don't care about your facts. Yeah.
Well, as someone who gets dermaplane once a month, which means they shave my face,
yes,
I can attest to that. Otherwise, I would have a complete goatee.
There's still time.
Yes.
There's still time.
Okay, so next, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. As long as a person can fit their nutrients in during other meals, breakfast may not be the most critical meal.
I never thought this.
I can't wait to eat breakfast every morning.
Do you eat like a typical breakfast? Like I could eat a steak in the morning.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Pancakes.
I know you can.
Pancakes.
I eat, well, they're frozen power pancakes. I stick them in the microwave, but that's like my thing. I can't wait. Every morning I get so excited. I do my pancakes, butter, cinnamon and sugar on top.
That's really so you do real breakfast. I have to go back to Al because I was kind of just I was joking a little bit. Remember when Al would bring in a steak for morning meetings?
Yes.
I'd eat it during our 8 o'clock meeting.
Right
You'd eat a steak.
Right next to me.
The vegan.
Or chicken
Yes.
on bones and
Yes.
sucking the chicken meat off
I'm
the
gonna
bone.
get my money's worth. Honestly, this my breakfast. It's a hangover from being a stand-up comic. I know we got to move on, but like I was so broke coming up that like what you would do is you would eat dinner at the club the night before and then order another meal after your show. So then you eat that the next morning. So I was used to eating leftover comedy club food at 10 in the morning. So here we are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so ginger ale makes you feel better. Yes, ginger may offer benefits for stomach aches and nausea, but many ginger ales contain just a tiny bit of ginger and pretty much all sugar.
Okay, you're not about to sit up here and tell me, a black woman, that that's a myth. Okay,
Erica Cobb, you look...
That is not happening. On behalf of Big Mamas, Medeas, uncles, everybody, I just want you to know that ginger ale absolutely fixes everything. It will cure your headache, your stomach issues. If you have athlete's foot, whatever you have, ginger ale, and then you drink the ginger ale and you take a nap.
You're right, Erica. We grew up on burners over here, so you're right.
Burners, yeah.
You're right. Okay, the next myth is that we only use 10% of our brain. Scans can track brain function and prove even simple activities require almost all of the brain to be active. I believed this one. I always thought that like Einstein used more of his brain. I guess I was wrong.
I think 10% is a nice round number people wrap their head around, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, if you think about just all the autonomic functions that are happening while you're sitting here, your stomach is still processing food, you're still you're relaxing your arms. All these things are happening without you even thinking about it. So your brain has to continue to work, right? Even when you're talking about something totally different.
I think different people are different because you said automatic. I don't even know what you said, and my brain was like.
Oh my gosh, we'll be right back.
I think different people are different.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, "If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting," unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no. Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, Senior Fellow in Economic Studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asks the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the US, are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
Oh, Erica, we have so many people echoing your sentiments in regard to ginger ale.
See?
So Real Royalty says, yes, I love ginger ale. It does work. And then we got Sherry. Sherry says, ginger ale always helps me get through a flight. I get it every time. Huh.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, what can you rely on more?
So how does it help with athlete's foot?
It just does. I don't know. It's a catch-all.
Pour it on it?
No, you drink it. You always drink it, and then you take a nap. And when you wake up, everything's better. I am not a doctor.
No, it sounds clinical. It sounds clinical.
Underscore highlight exclamation mark. She's not a doctor. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. Matchmaker Devin Simone will be here live. She's telling us how to break the stigma of older women getting into the dating world, plus dating after divorce, and remembering hip-hop icon Coolio, who passed away suddenly, how his friends are honoring him today.
We have checked several claims in this long post, and now we're getting to these final claims, all relating to aspirin. So let's verify. Our sources, cardiologist Dr. Cooley and Johns Hopkins Medicine. The claim, if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at night. We all know aspirin is a pain reliever, but what does it actually do? Johns Hopkins Medicine explains, in addition to relieving pain, lowering fever, and reducing inflammation, aspirin can be used to prevent blood clots from forming by separating platelets. So many people take aspirin daily to prevent heart attacks, but is taking it at night better?
I don't think the data is compelling to take it at night. And I tell my patients to take it whenever they're actually going to remember to take it.
Dr. Cooley says although some studies suggest taking it at night is better, the effects of aspirin that prevent blood clots can last for days.
The aspirin itself is gone from your system within some minutes or hours. The effects can last up to 10 days until the platelets turn over and become new.
She says, of course, if you're feeling pain or have a fever, pop some aspirin. But there are some downsides to taking it at night.
Now, one of the downsides of taking aspirin at night is that aspirin can cause irritation in the lining of the stomach. It can cause gastritis or gastric inflammation.
Cooley tells us if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at whatever time is easiest for you to remember. So we can verify that no, it's not best to take aspirin at night. Cooley says either way, it will work. But do as your doctor prescribes. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting.
Welcome to DBL. That's Coolio's hit song, Gangsta's Paradise, from the movie Dangerous Minds. Sadly, the rapper who was born, artist Leon Ivy Jr., died yesterday at the age of 59. He was found on the floor of a friend's bathroom, but it's still unclear how he died. Now, according to TMZ, no drugs or any signs of foul play were discovered at the home. The song Gangsta's Paradise won a Grammy back in 1996. Over the summer, it reached 1 billion views on YouTube YouTube and has been streamed 1 billion times on Spotify. And Dangerous Minds star Michelle Pfeiffer credits Coolio's song for the movie's success, writing, "I remember him being nothing but gracious. 30 years later, I still get chills when I hear the song." And fellow rapper Snoop Dogg shared a pic of the two, writing, "Rest in peace, Coolio." There's also a video that's circulating that was posted by Vanilla Ice because they have their I Love the 90s tour that they've been doing together for the past 6 years. And so this is what Vanilla Ice posted. This was from last week, and Vanilla Ice followed it up by saying, "I'm going to miss you, brother. You were the coolest." This was in Texas. Wow, just a handful of days ago.
Yeah,
crazy.
I listened to the lyrics of that song. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I look at my life and I realize there's nothing left. And I think people listen to, especially back then, they would listen to hip hop, listen to people like DMX, and they'd be like, why do people listen to this guy that's talking about drugs and alcohol and rampant sex? And it's because it resonates with a lot of people's lives. A lot of people were listening to the song and felt like that reflected their life. And people like DMX. I remember when we did this story on DMX, I got a text in real time from my buddy Joey, who I think some of you guys have met, and he said listening to DMX helped him get through foster care. There are these rappers that if you don't live that life, if you haven't been bounced around by life, you don't understand. But if you've grown up with tragedy, when somebody's speaking your life to you, that's where you get to 1 billion views, because it resonates with people and it pulls people in.
Right. I mean, you're also talking about duality, religion with real life and the hardships and falling. There was also a lot of duality to Coolio as well, because just look at the aesthetics. No one even noticed that Michelle Pfeiffer, a white blonde woman with Coolio, we did not see that when this came out.
Yeah.
30 years ago, we weren't seeing the image of this black man in hip hop and rap and this white blonde woman. That was the reason why, and I agree with you, Al, the reason why that was such a part of pop culture, it was because it was a blockbuster. It hit every quadrant of our America. So I think Coolio, and Michelle Pfeiffer's right, we wouldn't be talking about Dangerous Minds if it wasn't for this song. So, it's a tragedy, and the fact that he was only 59.
So young, and on tour just a handful of days ago. So sad. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. What a loss. Okay, so it's barely been 4 months since the end of the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial. And as Jeff always points out, now there's a TV movie based on the trial coming out tomorrow on Tubi. Take a look.
No one should have to go through this.
I'm so tired of this. I can't keep doing it. This trial, it's about the truth.
I did tell the truth.
I have the right to say what happened to me.
They listen to her lies, her allegations.
Your Honor, may we introduce the next tape?
The movie did its best to recreate actual scenes from the trial, like this shot of Johnny leaving court. Here's the actress playing Amber and the real-life Amber on the stand. You always talk about, Jeff, how, whether it be this trial or even more egregious, not to take away from some of the criminal offenses that were described at this trial, but you always talk about how they then get glamorized.
Well, someone's trying to capitalize very quickly on this. But listen, we just saw this trial in real time with the real people. That was part of it, seeing Johnny Depp on trial because he's this larger-than-life character we see on television. It has nothing to do with society, in my mind. We're not going to look back and be like, where were you during the Amber Heard trial? You're not. When you redo something like the OJ trial, something that impacted society in America and cultures, they could redo that because you want to see details into that. Who cares what they were? I don't really care what Johnny Depp was.
Erica cares.
But we just watched it in real time. I don't need to see an actor say allegations. I don't need to hear that.
I care. I know I care. I don't want to care, but I care.
So you're going to watch it?
I likely will. And the reason why I know that I'm the target audience is because I watch reality TV, and then the next day I have this podcast, shout out to Watch What Crappens. They literally reenact what I watched 10 hours before, and I will listen religiously every day because I want to see their interpretation and hear if their interpretation was my interpretation. I don't know why I'm like that.
Jeff does.
That's who I am. So I definitely will watch to be like, oh, I missed that, or I didn't see it that way, or I wonder how they came to that conclusion. That's how my mom works.
I think you're alone. I think she's alone in this.
I'm never alone, Sam.
Shout out to Watch What
Where are my people?
All right. George and Amal Clooney may have the perfect marriage. During a chat with Gayle King on their 8th wedding anniversary, George said life with Amal was, quote, easy, but Gayle wasn't buying it. Watch.
Has it been easy?
Easy. Like the easiest thing in our lives by far. We've never had a
It's maddening to some of our friends. I have a cousin actually, every time we see him, he's like, his first question is, so have you had an argument yet? Like before he says hello.
Yeah. Would you like us to right now? Does that make you feel better?
No. Could be a first.
Oh my gosh, Amal said the secret to never arguing is that they don't get cynical or guarded with each other.
And also be loaded. That also helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Help.
Money is the #1 argument with a lot of things. What you're doing with it now,
or
what
kids.
you're going to do with it. Kids. And
I don't
also,
think they have kids, do they?
They do.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
India.
Yep. Sorry
real quickly,
about that.
in the audition, remember we had to play, I don't know who was in the room with me, but they gave me like a card when we were auditioning for this show. And they're like, George Clooney had twins because it was like, we were doing the real show. And I'm like, George and Amal just had twins, everybody. And they're like, it's Amal. I'm like, well, I'm out. But anyway, sorry. So that's how I knew. Yeah, we started 5 years ago. That's how I know we had it. Sorry.
And also, Eric, I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think that it matters that they were both very established in their careers? I think a lot of times we ask people to pair up in their 20s when you are just kind of figuring it out.
First of all, I never trust a we don't argue situation. There has to be something. I just believe that arguing is healthy. But my husband and I do not argue a lot, but there have come up like issues where we're debating on what we should do. And I think I don't see it as being fighting because it's not contentious, but it's still an argument. Like, I think that's healthy.
Oh, yeah, we argue.
Yeah.
My husband and I argue.
You guys are very healthy, is what you say. Yeah.
We definitely argue. But, you know, we're trying to be better at that because I think for Mark and I, you know, you bring up when you and Jordan went to marriage boot camp, right? Like, we just want to always pull out those tools while we're arguing. I don't know why I'm laughing.
That's the plan, though.
You know, it's like just to be better. Like, how do we each individually get better so we can not make those arguments so contentious?
How much of it stems from money, though? How many
money and kids.
branches?
For us, it's money and kids.
But then it's like, could we afford to do this? Go on this vacation, pay for this mortgage. Everything revolves around money. If I had all the money, we just fight about like, I don't want meatloaf. What do you want? Crab legs?
Let's get both. Why talk like that?
I'm always a fan of getting both, by the way.
Yeah, listen, that's a good dinner.
Go out to dinner with Erica. They just order the whole menu.
But not crab legs and meatloaf.
Hey, listen.
Weird.
That sounds like what you had for breakfast back then.
That's exactly right. Coming up on DBL Matchmaker, Devin Simone will be here live. There she is. We cannot wait to talk with her about all things dating next.
Closed captioning provided by...
This is Daily Blast Live. We have fiery debate. That's not true. Can I finish? We tell heartfelt stories. We're so emotional over here. We talk to the stars.
Turn up the notch on that.
Great research.
DBL is all new every day.
I know. So much fun with this, okay?
We will.
Devin Simone, dating expert, matchmaker. Please.
This is your last time. We have to film
This is her last time no,
briefing
this is
us.
embarrassing. Don't
Look at the
embarrass
camera.
me.
It's her last time.
Hi. Okay.
We love her.
Anyway, Sam.
Producer extraordinaire, Gabriella. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Keep going, stop it. Okay, so Sam, you'll intro her. This is all about not being afraid to date at any age. Society has not been too nice to people that are still single and 30 plus, okay?
Al's in that category.
Wow.
Wow. So you know what? Bring it into the segment. Erica, you'll have the first question, which are what are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true. Devin has a personal experience with her aunt. Allie, you'll have the second question. What about a younger person pursuing an older person? Is that a red flag? What's a reasonable age gap? She does have a tip about that, so make sure you get to it.
Okay.
Sam, you'll have the third question. A lot of people wonder, how to know when you're ready to date again after divorce, loss. Best way to go about it. What would she say? Jeff, we're definitely getting to this question.
Okay.
How does she feel about Leo DiCaprio's dating habits?
A little gossip.
A little gossip.
Yeah.
Is it a red flag? Why?
Why
Why is he only dating these young women? Okay.
Why is he dating these young models?
Yes.
Yeah. What a tragedy.
Can we? Is this a 14-second segment?
Okay. All right.
What do you think is possibly wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio that he keeps dating beautiful models from around the world?
Obviously,
Is he out of his mind?
Obviously, he has a power trip problem because I don't think he'd continuously be going after 24-year-olds that are a lot easier to deal with than somebody that's like in his age, in my opinion.
I think
he
he's
just wants
having
someone
fun.
who fits into his life.
Yeah,
he's not
he's Leonardo
interested in
DiCaprio.
like.
Welcome back to DBL. Let's be real. Society isn't too kind to women who are 30 and up and single. So to break the stigma against older women dating and answer some burning questions, we've got senior matchmaker Devin Simone back on DBL. Welcome back, Devin.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Happy to be back.
Yes, Devin, I've been following you for years. If you're not following Devin on Instagram, make sure you check her out. So I'm excited to see you. So what is going on? Of course. So there are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true. Share those with us.
The lies, girl, they're straight up lies. There's a stigma that, when you get older, that you're less fabulous. There's a stigma that you won't be able to sort of keep up, that you're really set in your ways, maybe that you've kind of lost that oomph. We all know that that's not true. I mean, 50 is the new 20, 60 is the new 30. You know yourself more. There are some advantages to dating older, and you can make it work for you. You just have to be smart about it.
All right, well, let's flip it a little bit. What about a younger person pursuing an older person out? Is it like, what's a red flag and what's a reasonable age gap?
So y'all not gonna get me in trouble talking about reasonable age gaps because hashtag no judgment.
Yeah, that's right.
But it depends on what you're looking for though, right? So you just wanna make sure that you have a similar vision in what you want out of life. So if you're older and you want to date someone 10 years younger than you, okay, cool. But make sure that that person's not looking for something very different, like maybe they want to start a family. Also make sure that you guys have complementary lifestyles. So if you're ready to retire and jet off, dip it and do it and can pay to do that, and this person's just starting a new career and working extra long hours, you're probably not going to be compatible. So just make sure that you have a shared vision for what you want in the future and a similar lifestyle in terms of, where you can be now. Unless you're just looking for somebody really cute as arm candy, then do whatever you want.
Okay, well, look, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire here. Give us a number. Like, what's a weird? Is it 8 years, 14 years? Like, what's a little like eyebrow raising?
So with our clients, I generally recommend an 8-year window, right? So you want to do like say 5 years down, 8 years up, and that's for men and women. But again, if you feel like you just want something much younger than that, we're talking 15 years, 20 years, you can do that. Just be realistic about it and make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of.
Ooh. All right, so a lot of people wonder how to know when you're ready to date again, especially after divorce or loss, and the best way to go about it. So what would your advice be to them?
My advice would be if you feel like at some point you want to get back out there, the minute you start thinking about it and the minute you feel comfortable enough to even say it, even if it's to yourself in the mirror or to your best friend, then it's time to give it a try. You don't have to be fully healed. That is a myth in and of itself. We're always growing. You don't have to be fully healed to start dating. You just have to be taking steps towards that goal, and go ahead and dip your toe in it. Make sure you have a good support system because you never know who may surprise you and when.
I like it. So, Devin, before we go, we got to get into a little tabloid gossip here. Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio not dating any older women, older than 25, I should say, beautiful models from around the world? What's wrong with this sickie?
Oh, look at Devin.
What's wrong with this sickie dating beautiful models?
That is a mess. It is a mess. It's a red flag. And Leo was fine on that boat, but maybe he didn't deserve to get on the door. Maybe Rose had the right idea in Titanic because the way that Leo keeps dating these college-age girls is questionable. Look, Leo can do whatever he wants. He's a grown adult, and these women are all grown adults. However, anytime someone keeps dating someone that much younger, it typically means that person likes an unequal balance of power, right? He's older, he's wiser, he has more money, and that creates a little dynamic, and it's a little weird.
Devin, what happened to hashtag no judgment and dip it and quit it?
I'm gonna send them to you. I'm gonna send them to you. If you are mad about what I said, go follow me on Instagram. Don't come at me about it.
Fair enough.
Devin, I love what you said earlier about if you're talking about it with your family or you're talking about it with your friends, that's something that means that you're ready to go out and do it. Because a lot of people think they're just talking in a vacuum. And I'm like, why are you telling me? Like, you should put action behind it.
Absolutely. Put action behind it. Look for a support system. Look for a date coach. There are some that are much more reasonably priced than you might think. And you can also look for a matchmaker too. A lot of companies will even do a free consult. So that way maybe you can get some expert advice and sort of that you can use when you're dipping your toe in without having to fully commit. But there are options for you. And my aunt, she's 70, has a boyfriend of 10 years. Woo. They met at a graduation, love each other. Shout out to Aunt Nevada and Will. So it absolutely can be done.
Yes. Devin, thank you so much. DBL Nation, Devin is a senior matchmaker at 3 Day Rule. And you can check out Devin on dating.com for more info on matchmaking. Devin, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Appreciate it.
That was fun.
Thank you, guys.
It's important. The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So, let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
It's Thursday, and I know you guys are going to love these deals. So if you've got a smartphone, get ready to scan on screen our QR code and get to shopping.
Steph, I got an itch and the only scratch is to shop. What do we got?
Hi, Tori. Hey, DBL Nation. I'm so excited to show you what we've got today. And trust me, these items are wonderful. So let's get started with this first one. I've got the Martino by Martino Cartier Powerball hairdryer. And Tori, this dryer is small but mighty. It's equipped like a regular dryer with 2 heat settings and the same amount of power as a regular dryer. And if you've got arthritis or any joint problems, this is going to make drying your hair so much easier because it fits in the palm of your hand.
Wow.
So you're not going to strain yourself, and it's so light. And this model was only made for a limited run, so Morningsave have purchased the entire inventory in a closeout deal, and we've got the green light to offer it at an exclusively low price that you will not find anywhere else. So act fast, because when this is gone, it is gone. And it's Morningsave's first time featuring the product on television. Normally, Tori, it's $89, but we've got it for just $24.99, saving everyone 72 cents.
What a great price for such a helpful product.
Now, Tori, these are so chic. We've got a diamond fused 14-carat gold-plated diamond accent bracelet.
Wow.
So this deal includes one bracelet, which we've got available in 3 styles. We've got leaf, swirl, and elephant. I love these styles that feature real diamond accents.
Whoa.
They're ethically sourced diamonds, and at $20,
what?
Why not get every style?
What?
So normally these are $100 each, but we've got them for $19.99, saving everyone 80%. And you didn't hear me wrong. Diamonds and 14 karat gold plated.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting the elephant one times 5.
Now you only get one.
Okay,
but
fine.
obviously for $19.99, that is not a price to be sneered at, Tori.
No, what a fantastic
I really
gift.
think you should get all three and stack them together. Next up, we've got Life Pro AccuLux Shiatsu foot massager with heat. So this deal includes one foot massager that will give you a deep tissue massage to comfort those swollen and aching feet. And you'll press down onto 6 different massage rollers with acupressure nodes, and control panel features a bunch of different movements, modes, speeds, heats, and intensity levels. Now, we quickly sold out of this last time, and the last time we featured on Morningsave, our buyers went crazy and they wanted more. So you guys need to hurry this time because quantities are limited, and this is the lowest price we've ever featured this massager on television, and they're going to go fast.
Yeah, right?
So normally these are $225.
Yeah.
But we've got them for $69.99, saving everyone 69%.
That's like when you're putting your feet up and you realize you've done good savings.
Love it.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's padded, and it can heat up.
And for the winter with a nice cup of cocoa.
Tori, for our last product today, we've got the Homedics Hot and Cold Gel Eye Mask.
Oh, I need this.
So this deal includes one eye mask, and let me tell you, this deal is easy on the eyes and on the wallet.
Good one.
So this will give you headache and tension relief for true relaxation. So you can choose between 3 soothing head levels, or use the removable cold gel pad and get it out of the freezer. Normally, this is $38.
Okay.
But we've got it for just $14.99. That saves everyone at home 61%.
My eyes are quite dry, and when I look at a screen all day, to have that cold at night to go to bed on,
Exactly.
beautiful and great savings.
If you get migraines, it's a lifesaver.
Totally true, and a great gift. Head on over, everyone, to Morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even go ahead and scan that QR code you see on screen. It's going to take you directly to these products on Morningsave's website. Steph, as always, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, "If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting," unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no, Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, Senior Fellow in Economic Studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asks the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the US, are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
I love this story. A TikTok star surprised a 100-year-old veteran with a day he won't forget. Isaiah Garza randomly approached the man and offered to take him to Disneyland. In the captions, awesome. It said the man had not been on a ride in 50 years, so they took a spin on the teacups, captured the day on TikTok, and here's what the man had to say.
Oh my God, this is one of the best days of my life. I feel like I might be dreaming or something. I thought my life was over. I'll remember this day for a long time. You don't know how much I appreciate this. You don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez. Wow. That was awesome.
I know. And the magic of Disneyland, you know?
No. Don't ruin this story.
Don't ruin it about that Disney World.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This is Daily Blast Live, right here at this desk, 5 days a week. No topics are off limits. I think it's an okay conversation to have. We have fiery debate.
That's not true. Can I finish?
You just got me all riled up. We tell heartfelt stories. We're so emotional over here. We talk to the stars.
Turn up the notch on that.
You on top of your game.
Thank you. DBL is entertaining.
I was like in shock.
That's why we watch. It's time to be a part of the DBL family. DBL is all new every day.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
Wild video shows Florida getting hit as Hurricane Ian made landfall, leaving behind catastrophic damage and major flooding. Is that a shark swimming in the street? Debunking common myths, from drinking ginger ale to cure sickness, to breakfast being the most important meal of the day. Is this stuff really true? remembering rapper Coolio, the major impact he had on the music industry with his Grammy-winning hit, Gangsta's Paradise.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
And Matchmaker Devin Simone is here live to talk all about breaking the stigma of older women getting out into the dating world.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. We are thinking of our viewers in Florida. I know that you all have been, I'm sure, on social media or on the news. You see it. It's everywhere you look. Shocking images and videos of Hurricane Ian after it devastated Florida yesterday. It's the 5th most powerful storm to ever hit the state. All over Southwest Florida, residents and officials are getting their first look at the destruction from the storm in cities like Tampa, Fort Myers, and Naples. Now, check out this time-lapse video from a webcam in Fort Myers, where you see the storm surge rushing in, completely flooding streets and parking lots. The surge completely wiped away homes and buildings like this one in Naples that just floated away. The storm also swept away this yellow McLaren worth well over $1 million. Tampa police are warning residents to stay off the streets and stay indoors in case something like that happens. A street light crashing down. Also, check out what appears to be a shark swimming in the streets of this Fort Myers neighborhood. Another good reason to stay inside. All over Florida, residents are finding out the extent of the damage to their homes and livelihoods. Some who had evacuated are only now finding out if they even have homes to return to. Thousands more are still waiting to be rescued. Okay, can you imagine? I know you've been in a hurricane category 4, Al, but I just want to give you some more statistics. 2.5 million people without power. That list is growing. The death toll is projected to be in the hundreds. There have been 5 confirmed deaths, but again, in the hundreds. And finally, there are reportedly thousands of people waiting to be rescued. Does this, seeing those images, is that similar to what you experienced?
Absolutely. You know, and I was in Miami, which is on the other coast, but when I first started my comedy career, these cities like Naples and Port Charlotte and Sarasota, all those cities, Marco Island, all those cities, those are cities that I performed in. And ironically, in 2004, I did a benefit in Port Charlotte for Hurricane Charlie, which hit Fort Myers and devastated that area. So it just seems like, you know, every decade or so, one of these storms comes through and just...
It's more frequent than that. And I just want to say that because this is the 5th strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. Last year's Hurricane Ida was tied with it. But then if you look at like 2022, 2021, 2020, those are all the top storms in history, and they're in the last few years alone.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than, you know, obviously we're thinking about our friends and family and all of those who are affected by the storm. You know, obviously a lot of people chose to stay back, and we talked about some of the reasons why people choose to do that, but I sincerely hope that the death toll is a lot less than what they're projecting at this point.
But when you live there, someone like that, like Sam said, we do this every hurricane season. It's hurricane season for a reason because they go through it every season. Is there some sort of normalcy? I know this is a bad one in the top 5, right, but like, could you compare it in any way to, like, you grew up in Cleveland, I grew up in Chicago, right? We're prepared for when a winter storm hits. It's not as devastating as this, but if a winter storm hit in North Carolina, where my wife is from, shuts down the city.
That's what happened.
Right?
One hit Mississippi and it shut down everything.
Yeah, is there any sort of preparation, like this is just normal, we're going to get through this attitude when you live down there, or is it always devastation?
You know, one of my best friends in the world lives kind of close. He's in more like Central Florida, and he was telling me, you know, he's putting up shutters. There's shutters and stuff that you can put up. And he said there were some neighbors making some comments that really reminded me of the mask comments. They're like, what are you doing? Like, come on, we don't do that here. There is a little bit of sometimes when people don't leave, sometimes it's financial, but sometimes there's a little bit of like, I'm from here. Yeah. It's almost like if somebody from Minnesota, you were like, hey, you should prepare for the storm. Like, my family's from here. My grandpa, like, I know how to deal with the storm. There is a little bit of hubris that sometimes is scary because it's all good until it's not. Right. And when a storm like this hits, like I said, when we watch that traffic light fall, that's what really it resonates with me more than anything. We see the images of the rushing water, but it's what goes on after. It's the fact that there are no traffic lights that work. There's the banks aren't open. The gas stations that are all based on they're all electrical, so they work, but they pump out like 1 cent, 2 cents, so they take forever. So the lines at the gas station are a mile long. People are fighting at the grocery store. People are fighting at the gas station. It really tears apart a community. Some people never come back. People are displaced. Katrina, I mean, how many people left New Orleans? So it's a whole thing. Hurricanes are a natural disaster, but they're a different thing because they last for months and even years later.
That is horrifying, but that's well said. I think people need to understand that the recovery is going to take quite some time. Okay, I want to hear your opinion on this. This completely, I could not believe it when I read it. A Florida CEO for a postcard company is getting called out. She urged her staff to work through the storm because she thought it was going to be a quote-unquote nothing burger and was being overhyped by the media. She even told them to bring their kids and pets. She said she didn't want the end of the quarter to be ruined because people left work. Well, after the backlash, the CEO did end up closing the office on Wednesday and converted it into a shelter. But the question is, what do you do if your boss is telling you to work through something like this? I want to give you some more context. So she Zoomed them from her car. Many of the employees, I can't confirm this, but many of the employees assuming that she was leaving the town, right? Leaving the city. So not only did she zoom in remotely and tell them they all need to stay, she's obviously visually leaving, but she also said, you may lose power, and if you lose power, you still have to clock in those 40 hours, so you're gonna have to find a way to make it up, whether you lose power or not.
I would have, last week we knew the storm was coming, I would have sent her a postcard saying, I'm not coming to work. That's what I would have did to her. No one got the joke because she owns a postcard company.
Yeah.
No,
Thanks for following. I know, thank you for that.
Jeff, you told a couple jokes that were so good that I was about to answer like a nerd. Like, I agree, sir. Like, that was, first of all, it was a great joke. And second of all, what's not funny, Erica, is, oh my goodness. How is this a human being? I mean, you say that, oh, I'd quit, and I'd like to think that I could, but if you've got a couple kids
for sure,
or a mortgage, this whole, that whole Tom Cruise, who's coming with me, at the end of Jerry Maguire, that doesn't work for a lot of people. And now you just know that, first of all, you have to find a way to now clock in those 40 hours, and you also know that your boss could care if you live or die, which is also interesting, Erica.
Yeah, well, first of all, who's coming with me was at the beginning.
I was going to correct him, too. I was going to say something.
Who's coming with me? That's the thing. It's like the humanity, and the idea that people have to choose between the security, the actual physical security of themselves and their family, and the security of the monetary side. That is a very tough choice for millions of Americans. But at the end of the day, you already see exactly what the backlash is. She is going to feel the effects and repercussions of her actions, and if anyone were to sustain any type of injury, she's liable for that.
Yeah. Wow, I know. Okay, so we're going to end this with a little bit of a silver lining, showing one of the silver linings of a very horrible storm. People helping people. Naples Fire Department posted this video showing them rescuing folks from a car that got stuck in floodwaters. Wow. And check out all of these Orange County firemen rescuing residents from a nursing home in Orlando, getting them out as floodwaters were rising this morning. And the Cajun Navy, which is a group of volunteers who perform rescues, is already at work in Florida. They said they've already performed between 20 to 30 rescues. So, this is devastating, but to see the humanity, right, the juxtaposition of that CEO is something to remind us that our neighbors, treat them with respect. And I think in this country where everybody's divided, it's nice to see some unity despite the horrific circumstances.
Yeah, tragedy brings people together, and we don't show it every day. But I would say 90% of our country and the world is good people doing good things for other people. Nobody wants to see that every day, but you do see it on display when something tragic happens, 9/11, a hurricane, any sort of destruction. You see the humanity in people loving people. And we need to be reminded of that sometimes, even in the shadow of a devastation like that.
You said that way better than me. I did not articulate my thoughts as well as you did.
And that's not good for you.
I know. I had an out-of-body experience where I was listening to me and I was like, oh gosh, somebody jump in.
If I'm articulating better than you need to work on that.
I know. I understand. Okay, so very sad news. Coming up on DBL, we are remembering rapper Coolio, who suddenly passed away, how his legacy will live on through his music. Plus, we are debunking some common myths, like can ginger ale really help you feel better when you're sick? And Shania Twain talks about having dinner with Oprah back in the day. Find out the one topic that made things a little awkward during their conversation.
Closed captioning provided by
a couple of photos, and boom.
Hey, just stop by. We're taking over. We're made for this. We're taking over. You know what time it is. We're taking over.
Hello, Bobby Bennett. Okay, so really, I was talking to Jason Carter this morning. He's a friend of the show, and he's in Miami. I guess some parts have been hit of Miami, but nothing like Naples and Fort Myers and Tampa.
Hurricanes are so weird in that their path can change, and also there's like a weird thing where it depends on if they hover or not. If you want the hurricane to continue through land because they really lose their power, but some, unfortunately, like the really bad ones, like that's what happened with Katrina. It got in the Gulf and it just stayed there, and it hovers, and because it hovers, it doesn't get any better. So, I mean, I don't know what the speed of the hurricane is. That's over my pay grade.
I think I have it right here.
In terms of it, you just want it to go over land, as crazy as that sounds.
Because it dies off, because it's getting the momentum from the ocean,
and it gets
right?
150 miles per hour is what Hurricane Ian is. 150 miles per hour. The strongest hurricane that ever hit Florida was in 1935. That was 185 miles per hour.
Wow. See, I would think that would be Hurricane Andrew, because Hurricane Andrew's right
that
before
was
I moved
165 miles per hour.
That was right before I moved to Miami, and Hurricane Andrew just took was it Homestead, Florida? I think it almost wiped it completely like off the map, like it was not a city anymore. And Homestead is the city that you hit right as you're kind of getting into, you're close to the Keys at that point. Not the Key West, that's at the end, but when you start getting into Marathon and Largo and all that kind of stuff. So these hurricanes are just, we can predict where they're going.
Did you do any preparation?
Totally unpredictable.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah, when we were in Mexico during a hurricane, it was Hurricane Grace, and it was coming directly at us, and there was a decision to be made. It ended up changing course, and it went the other direction, but it's still, I mean, there was damage.
Welcome back. Shania Twain is dishing on a dinner she had with the one and only Oprah Winfrey. Apparently, the conversation took a turn after Shania brought up religion with Oprah. Here's what Shania had to say about it on the Table Manners podcast.
It was just great to just sit and have real talks, but as soon as we started talking about religion, it all went sour. Everyone always says never talk about politics or religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just wasn't debatable. There was no room for debate. And I like to debate. Canadians like to debate about it. Debate everything. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to change subject.
All right, so what do you think about this? And what do you do when someone brings up one of the big four taboo topics at a dinner party? Religion, sex, money, politics. Are there any other taboo topics that you would throw into the mix, or is you don't
Family
care?
planning.
What do you mean?
Like, are you going to have a child? Like, things like that.
Ooh.
But, honestly, if I invite people over and we're breaking bread together, I feel like that is an open forum. And I don't necessarily think, although she brought up Canadians like to debate, I'm married to one, and clearly I am a debater, so that goes over well. But I think that there's a way to have conversations without it becoming contentious. And if we're sitting and breaking bread together in my home, then you're someone who has an open space to have those conversations with me.
Yeah, I agree. I have to be in my circle to open up with anything. I mean, especially me, I walk on eggshells all the time. And even around people I don't know, if I was at a social event and they bring something up, I'm like, I'm not talking about that, because you get labeled. You get these labels put on you, and depending on where you are in the country, I use California all the time because we're in Colorado. You might go out with some people, some executives, and they're talking about, oh my God, you know, President Biden's the best president we ever had, right? And you're just like, yeah. You just say whatever. Yeah, I'm with that. Oh, I'm with that issue. Oh yeah, whatever you want. And you're like, man, if I tried to challenge them with an opinion, it's trouble for you. I'm not starting any trouble. I'll stick with my friends in my circle.
A lot of people, especially depending on where they sit in life in terms of if they are a CEO or somebody that has a lot of power, they're not used to being challenged anyway.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem at dinner regardless. Now, I think what we're missing as human beings is, yes, you brought up the 4 major topics, but guess what? There's everything else to discuss. And I think there is more to us and more to this life than talking about politics. I remember way back when people just used to talk about like something funny that happened, or like they got a terrible haircut and here's what there's that. Like there are anecdotes within your life that you can discuss, unless you feel like you have just boiled down to these 4 things. And if that's all that there is about you, then I guess we won't be having too many dinners.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. You go, Sam.
Listen, I agree with all of you. I think one thing that I'll give the credit to Michael Dean, our producer. He brought up to me how, you know, it's not even like politics or religion or the big 4 that can make situations uncomfortable, but we forget about maybe food issues. Maybe some, you know, sometimes you'll see somebody push, no, eat that. Why aren't you eating that? And, you know, that person may be in recovery for an eating disorder. Or, you know, the list goes on. Drink that. Why aren't you having a drink? Come on. Maybe that person's sober, but they're not as confident as Al announcing that they're sober. And I've experienced that with loved ones. So I think the last thing we need to be worried about are topics that you should be able to discuss respectfully, but we need to think about what people may be really, truly going
through. But then I know we got to go, but how do you know? I don't even want to be in that situation. Like, if you're coming to my house, hey, have a drink, and all of a sudden you're a recovering alcoholic, and now I'm a jerk because I didn't know that, and then you didn't say anything to me, and now they're like, I can't believe Jeff did that. It's like, I don't want to be in that situation.
Who are y'all inviting to your home?
Nobody. Zero.
Zero. Y'all way too open.
Yeah.
Y'all way too open.
Coming up on DBL, is breakfast really the most important meal of the day? We're debunking some common myths next.
Are you ready?
The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So, let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. We all grew up believing random myths like frogs give you warts, but as we got older, most of us realized many are not true. But there are some myths out there that we still believe as adults, so let's take a look. First, shaving your hair makes it grow back darker and thicker. Well, that's a myth. Shaving does not change the thickness or color of your hair. There was a Seinfeld episode about that.
What about the speed that it grows back? I thought if you shaved more, it grew back faster.
No, it said quicker. No, myth.
I'm hanging on to that one.
I think a lot of people are.
I don't care about your facts. Yeah.
Well, as someone who gets dermaplane once a month, which means they shave my face,
yes,
I can attest to that. Otherwise, I would have a complete goatee.
There's still time.
Yes.
There's still time.
Okay, so next, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. As long as a person can fit their nutrients in during other meals, breakfast may not be the most critical meal.
I never thought this.
I can't wait to eat breakfast every morning.
Do you eat like a typical breakfast? Like I could eat a steak in the morning.
Me too.
You know what
I
I
eat
mean?
pancakes.
I know you can.
Pancakes.
I eat, well, they're frozen power pancakes. I stick them in the microwave, but that's like my thing. I can't wait. Every morning I get so excited. I do my pancakes, butter, cinnamon and sugar on top.
That's really so you do real breakfast. I have to go back to Al because I was kind of just I was joking a little bit. Remember when Al would bring in a steak for morning meetings?
Yes.
I eat it during our 8 o'clock meeting.
Right
you eat a steak.
Right next to me.
Or the vegan.
Or chicken on bones and sucking the chicken meat off
I'm
the
gonna
bone.
get my money's worth. Honestly, this my breakfast. It's a hangover from being a stand-up comic. I know we got to move on, but like I was so broke coming up that like what you would do is you would eat dinner at the club the night before and then order another meal after your show. So then you eat that the next morning. So I was used to eating leftover comedy club food at 10 in the morning, so here we are.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so ginger ale makes you feel better. Yes, ginger may offer benefits for stomach aches and nausea, but many ginger ales contain just a tiny bit of ginger and pretty much all sugar.
Okay, you're not about to sit up here and tell me, a black woman, that's a myth. Okay,
Erica Cobb, you look.
That is not happening. On behalf of Big Mamas, Medeas, uncles, everybody, I just want you to know that ginger ale absolutely fixes everything. It will cure your headache, your stomach issues. If you have athlete's foot, whatever you have, ginger ale, and then you drink the ginger ale and you take a nap.
You're right, Erica. We grew up on burners over here, so you're right. You're right. Okay, the next myth is that we only use 10% of our brain. Scans can track brain function and prove even simple activities require almost all of the brain to be active. I believed this one. I always thought that like Einstein used more of his brain. I guess I was wrong.
I think 10% is a nice round number people can wrap their head around, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, if you think about just all the autonomic functions that are happening while you're sitting here, your stomach is still processing food, you're still you're relaxing your arms. All these things are happening without you even thinking about it. So your brain has to continue to work, right? Even when you're talking about something totally different.
I think different people are different because you said automatic. I don't even know what you said, and my brain was like.
Oh my gosh, we'll be right back.
I think different people are different.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, "If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting," unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no, Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. In March, President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, Senior Fellow in Economic Studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asked the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the US, are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Oh, Erica, we have so many people echoing your sentiments in regard to ginger ale.
See?
So Real Royalty says, yes, I love ginger ale. It does work. And then we got Sherry. Sherry says, ginger ale always helps me get through a flight. I get it every time.
Huh. Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, what can you rely on more?
So how does it help with athlete's foot?
It just does. I don't know. It's a catch-all.
Pour it on it?
No, you drink it. You always drink it. And then you take a nap. And when you wake up, everything's better. I am not a doctor.
No, it sounds clinical. It sounds clinical.
Underscore highlight exclamation mark. She's not a doctor. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you get the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. Matchmaker Devin Simone will be here live. She's telling us how to break the stigma of older women getting into the dating world, plus dating after divorce, and remembering hip-hop icon Coolio, who passed away suddenly, how his friends are honoring him today.
We have checked several claims in this long post, and now we're getting to these final claims, all relating to aspirin. So let's verify. Our sources, cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley and Johns Hopkins Medicine. The claim, if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at night. We all know aspirin is a pain reliever, but what does it actually do? Johns Hopkins Medicine explains in addition to relieving pain, lowering fever, and reducing inflammation, aspirin can be used to prevent blood clots from forming by separating platelets. So many people take aspirin daily to prevent heart attacks, but is taking it at night better?
I don't think the data is compelling to take it at night. And I tell my patients to take it whenever they're actually going to remember to take it.
Dr. Coley says although some studies suggest taking it at night is better, the effects of aspirin that prevent blood clots can last for days.
The aspirin itself is gone from your system within some minutes or hours. The effects can last up to 10 days until the platelets turn over and become new.
She says, of course, if you're feeling pain or have a fever, pop some aspirin. But there are some downsides to taking it at night.
Now, one of the downsides of taking aspirin at night is that aspirin can cause irritation in the lining of the stomach. It can cause gastritis, or gastric inflammation.
Cooley tells us if you take aspirin every day, it's best to take it at whatever time is easiest for you to remember. So we can verify that no, it's not best to take aspirin at night. Cooley says either way, it will work. But do as your doctor prescribes. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Get real.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting.
Welcome to DBL. That's Coolio's hit song, Gangsta's Paradise, from the movie Dangerous Minds. Sadly, the rapper who was born, artist Leon Ivy Jr., died yesterday at the age of 59. He was found on the floor of a friend's bathroom, but it's still unclear how he died. Now, according to TMZ, no drugs or any signs of foul play were discovered at the home. The song Gangsta's Paradise won a Grammy back in 1996. Over the summer, it reached 1 billion views on YouTube and has been streamed 1 billion times on Spotify. And Dangerous Minds star Michelle Pfeiffer credits Coolio's song for the movie's success, writing, "I remember him being nothing but gracious. 30 years later, I still get chills when I hear the song." And fellow rapper Snoop Dogg shared a pic of the two, writing, "Rest in peace, Coolio." There's also a video that's circulating that was posted by Vanilla Ice because they have their I Love the 90s tour that they've been doing together for the past 6 years. And so this is what Vanilla Ice posted. This was from last week, and Vanilla Ice followed it up by saying, "I'm going to miss you, brother. You were the coolest." This was in Texas. Wow, just a handful of days ago.
Yeah,
crazy.
I listened to the lyrics to that song. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I look at my life and I realize there's nothing left. And I think people listen to, especially back then, they would listen to hip hop, listen to people like DMX, and they'd be like, why do people listen to this guy that's talking about drugs and alcohol and rampant sex? And it's because it resonates with a lot of people's lives. A lot of people were listening to the song and felt like that reflected their life. And people like DMX. I remember when we did this story on DMX, I got a text in real time from my buddy Joey, who I think some of you guys have met, and he said listening to DMX helped him get through foster care. There are these rappers that if you don't live that life, if you haven't been bounced around by life, you don't understand. But if you've grown up with tragedy, when somebody's speaking your life to you, that's where you get to 1 billion views, because it resonates with people and it pulls people in.
Right. I mean, you're also talking about duality, religion with real life and the hardships and falling. There was also a lot of duality to Coolio as well, because just look at the aesthetics. No one even noticed that Michelle Pfeiffer, a white blonde woman with Coolio, we did not see that when this came out.
Yeah.
30 years ago, we weren't seeing the image of this black man in hip hop and rap and this white blonde woman. That was the reason why, and I agree with you, Al, the reason why that was such a part of pop culture, it was because it was a blockbuster. It hit every quadrant of our America. So I think Coolio, and Michelle Pfeiffer's right, we wouldn't be talking about Dangerous Minds if it wasn't for this song. So, it's a tragedy, and the fact that he was only 59.
So young, and on tour just a handful of days ago. So sad. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family. What a loss. Okay, so it's barely been 4 months since the end of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial. And as Jeff always points out, now there's a TV movie based on the trial coming out tomorrow on Tubi. Take a look.
No one should have to go through this.
I'm so tired of this. I can't keep doing it. This trial, it's about the truth.
I did tell the truth.
I have the right to say what happened to me.
You listen to her lies, her allegations.
Your Honor, may we introduce the next tape?
The movie did its best to recreate actual scenes from the trial, like this shot of Johnny leaving court. Here's the actress playing Amber and the real-life Amber on the stand. You always talk about, Jeff, how, you know, whether it be this trial or even more egregious, not to take away from some of the criminal offenses that were described at this trial, but you always talk about how they then get glamorized.
Well, someone's trying to capitalize very quickly on this. But listen, we just saw this trial in real time with the real people. That was part of it, seeing Johnny Depp on trial because he's this larger-than-life character we see on television. It has nothing to do with society, in my mind. We're not going to look back and be like, where were you during the Amber-Heard trial? You're not. When you redo something like the OJ trial, something that impacted society in America and cultures, they could redo that because you want to see details into that. Who cares what they were? I don't really care what Johnny Depp was.
Erica cares.
But we just watched it in real time. I don't need to see an actor say allegations. I don't need to hear that.
I care. I know I care. I don't want to care, but I care.
So you're going to watch it?
I likely will. And the reason why I know that I'm the target audience is because I watch reality TV, and then the next day I have this podcast, shout out to Watch What Crappens. They literally reenact what I watched like 10 hours before, and I will listen religiously every day because I want to see their interpretation and to hear if their interpretation was my interpretation. I don't know why I'm like that.
Jeff does.
That's who I am. So I definitely will watch to be like, oh, I missed that, or I didn't see it that way, or I wonder how they came to that conclusion. Like, that's how my mom works.
I think you're alone. I think she's alone in this.
I'm never alone, Sam.
Shout out to Watch What
Where
Crappens.
my people?
All right. George and Amal Clooney may have the perfect marriage. During a chat with Gayle King on their 8th wedding anniversary, George said life with Amal was, quote, easy, but Gayle wasn't buying it. Watch.
Has it been easy? Easy. Like, the easiest thing in our lives by far. We've never had a
It's maddening
argument.
to some of our friends. I have a cousin, actually, every time we see him, he's like, his first question is, so have you had an argument yet? Like, before he says hello.
Yeah. Would you like us to right now? That make you feel better?
No. Could be a first.
Oh my gosh, Amal said the secret to never arguing is that they don't get cynical or guarded with each other.
And also be loaded. That also helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Help.
Money is the #1 argument with a lot of things. What you're doing with it now,
Or
what
kids.
you're going to do with it. Kids. And
I don't
also,
think they have kids, do they?
They do.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
India.
Yep. Sorry
real quickly,
about
in
that.
the audition, remember we had to play, I don't know who was in the room with me, but Dad gave me like a card when we were auditioning for this show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, George Clooney had twins because it was like, we were doing the real show. And I'm like, George and Amal just had twins, everybody. And they're like, it's Amal. I'm like, well, I'm out. But anyway, sorry. So that's how I knew. Yeah, we started 5 years ago. That's how I know we had it. Sorry.
And also, Eric, I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think that it matters that they were both very established in their careers? I think a lot of times we ask people to pair up in their 20s when you are just kind of figuring it out.
First of all, I never trust a we don't argue situation. There has to be something. I just believe that arguing is healthy. But my husband and I do not argue a lot, but there have come up like issues where we're debating on what we should do. And I think I don't see it as being fighting because it's not contentious, but it's still an argument. Like, I think that's healthy.
Oh, yeah, we argue.
Yeah.
My husband and I argue.
You guys are very healthy, is what you say. Yeah.
We definitely argue. But, you know, we're trying to be better at that because I think for Mark and I, you know, you bring up when you and Jordan went to marriage boot camp, right? Like, we just want to always pull out those tools while we're arguing. I don't know why I'm laughing.
That's the plan, though.
You know, it's like just to be better. Like, how do we each individually get better so we can not make those arguments so contentious?
How much of it stems from money, though? How many
Money
are
and kids.
branches?
For us, it's money and kids.
But then it's like, could we afford to do this? Go on this vacation, pay for this mortgage. Everything revolves around money. If I had all the money, we just fight about like, I don't want meatloaf. What do you want? Crab legs?
Let's get both. Why talk like that?
I'm always a fan of getting both, by the way.
Yeah, listen, that's a good dinner.
Go out to dinner with Erica. They just order the whole menu.
But not crab legs and meatloaf.
Hey, listen.
Weird.
That sounds like what you had for breakfast back then.
That's exactly right. Coming up on DBL Matchmaker, Devin Simone will be here live. There she is. We cannot wait to talk with her about all things dating next.
Closed captioning provided by...
This is Daily Blast Live. We have fiery debate.
That's not true. Can I finish?
We tell heartfelt stories. We're so emotional over here. We talk to the stars.
Turn up the notch on that.
Great research.
DBL is all new every day.
I know. So much fun with this, okay?
We will.
Devin Simone, dating expert, matchmaker. Please.
This is your last time. We have to film
This is her last time no,
bringing
this is us. Embarrassing. Don't
Look at the
embarrass
camera. It's
me.
her last time.
All right. Okay.
We love her.
Anyway, Sam.
Producer extraordinaire, Gabriella. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Keep going, stop it. Okay, so Sam, you'll intro her. This is all about not being afraid to date at any age. Society has not been too nice to people that are still single and 30 plus, okay?
Al's in that category.
Wow.
Wow. So you know what? Bring it into the segment. Erica, you'll have the first question, which are what are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true. Devin has a personal experience with her aunt. Allie, you'll have the second question. What about a younger person pursuing an older person? Is that a red flag? What's a reasonable age gap? She does have a tip about that, so make sure you get to it.
Okay.
Sam, you'll have the third question. A lot of people wonder how to know when you're ready to date again after divorce, loss. Best way to go about it. What would she say? Jeff, we're definitely getting to this question.
Okay.
How does she feel about Leo DiCaprio's dating habits?
A little gossip.
A little gossip.
Yeah.
Is it a red flag? Why?
All
Why
right.
is he only dating these young women? Okay.
Why is he dating these young models?
Yes.
Yeah. What a tragedy.
Can we? Is this a 14-second segment?
Okay. All right.
What do you think is possibly wrong with Leonardo DiCaprio that he keeps dating beautiful models from around the world?
Obviously.
Is he out of his mind?
Obviously, he has a power trip problem because I don't think he'd continuously be going after 24-year-olds that are a lot easier to deal with than somebody that's like in his age, in my opinion.
I think
He
he's
just wants
having
someone
fun.
who fits into his life.
Yeah,
he's not
he's Leonardo
interested in
DiCaprio.
like.
Welcome back to DBL. Let's be real. Society isn't too kind to women who are 30 and up and single. So to break the stigma against older women dating and answer some burning questions, we've got senior matchmaker Devin Simone back on DBL. Welcome back, Devin.
Yes. Thank you guys. Happy to be back.
Yes, Devin, I've been following you for years. If you're not following Devin on Instagram, make sure you check her out. So I'm excited to see you. So what is going on? Of course. So there are some stigmas about older women dating that just aren't true. Share those with us.
The lies, girl, they're straight up lies. There's a stigma that, when you get older, that you're less fabulous. There's a stigma that you won't be able to sort of keep up, that you're really set in your ways, maybe that you've kind of lost that oomph. We all know that that's not true. I mean, 50 is the new 20, 60 is the new 30. You know yourself more. There are some advantages to dating older, and you can make it work for you. You just have to be smart about it.
All right, well, let's flip it a little bit. What about a younger person pursuing an older person? Now, is it like, what's a red flag and what's a reasonable age gap?
So y'all not gonna get me in trouble talking about reasonable age gaps because hashtag no judgment.
Yeah, that's right.
But it depends on what you're looking for though, right? So you just wanna make sure that you have a similar vision in what you want out of life. So if you're older and you want to date someone 10 years younger than you, okay, cool. But make sure that that person's not looking for something very different, like maybe they want to start a family. Also make sure that you guys have complementary lifestyles. So if you're ready to retire and jet off, dip it and do it and can pay to do that, and this person's just starting a new career and working extra long hours, you're probably not going to be compatible. So just make sure that you have a shared vision for what you want in the future and a similar lifestyle in terms of, where you can be now. Unless you're just looking for somebody really cute as arm candy, then do whatever you want.
Okay, well, look, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire here. Give us a number. Like, what's a weird? Is it 8 years, 14 years, like what's a little like eyebrow raising?
So with our clients, I generally recommend an 8-year window, right? So you want to do like say 5 years down, 8 years up, and that's for men and women. But again, if you feel like you just want something much younger than that, we're talking 15 years, 20 years, you can do that. Just be realistic about it and make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of.
Ooh. All right, so a lot of people wonder how to know when you're ready to date again, especially after divorce or loss, and the best way to go about it. So what would your advice be to them?
My advice would be if you feel like at some point you want to get back out there, the minute you start thinking about it and the minute you feel comfortable enough to even say it, even if it's to yourself in the mirror or to your best friend, then it's time to give it a try. You don't have to be fully healed. That is a myth in and of itself. We're always growing. You don't have to be fully healed to start dating. You just have to be taking steps towards that goal, and go ahead and dip your toe in it. Make sure you have a good support system, because you never know who may surprise you and when.
I like it. So, Devin, before we go, we got to get into a little tabloid gossip here. Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio not dating any older women, older than 25, I should say, beautiful models from around the world? What's wrong with this sickie?
Oh, look at Devin.
What's wrong with this sickie dating beautiful models?
That is a mess. It is a mess. It's a red flag. And Leo was fine on that boat, but maybe he didn't deserve to get on the door. Maybe Rose had the right idea in Titanic, because the way that Leo keeps dating these college-age girls is questionable. Look, Leo can do whatever he wants. He's a grown adult, and these women are all grown adults. However, anytime someone keeps dating someone that much younger, it typically means that person likes an unequal balance of power, right? He's older, he's wiser, he has more money, and that creates a little dynamic, and it's a little weird. It's a little
Devin, what happened
weird.
to hashtag no judgment and dip it and quit it?
Oh, I'm gonna send them to you. I'm gonna send them to you. If you are mad about what I said, go follow me on Instagram. Don't come at me about it.
Fair enough.
Devin, I love what you said earlier about if you're talking about it with your family or you're talking about it with your friends, that's something that means that you're ready to go out and do it. Because a lot of people think they're just talking in a vacuum, and I'm like, why are you telling me like you should put action behind it?
Absolutely. Put action behind it. Look for a support system. Look for a date coach. There are some that are much more reasonably priced than you might think. And you can also look for a matchmaker too. A lot of companies will even do a free consult. So that way maybe you can get some expert advice and sort of that you can use when you're dipping your toe in without having to fully commit. But there are options for you. And my aunt, she's 70, has a boyfriend of 10 years. Woo. They met at a graduation, love each other. Shout out to Aunt Nevada and Will. So it absolutely can be done.
Yes. Devin, thank you so much. DBL Nation, Devin is a senior matchmaker at 3 Day Rule, and you can check out Devin on dating.com for more info on matchmaking. Devin, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Appreciate it.
That was fun.
Thank you, guys.
It's important.
The National Hurricane Center said Hurricane Ian brought life-threatening storm surge when it came ashore in Florida, leading to flooding in many parts of the state. While many people in the storm's path have traditional homeowners or renters insurance, some policies may not help rebuild after a flood. So, let's verify. Do homeowners and renters insurance policies typically cover flood damage from hurricanes? Our sources are the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Insurance Information Institute, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies Allstate and Amica. Homeowners insurance is a way to repair or rebuild your home after something bad happens. Homeowners insurance, along with renters, also helps cover the cost to replace your belongings. Typically, when you buy a policy, the insurance companies will give you a detailed list of events that they cover, or tell you you're covered for all events except those they specifically exclude. All of our sources say standard homeowners and renters policies typically exclude coverage for flooding. Allstate says this includes flooding brought on by or as a result of a hurricane. So, no, homeowners and renters insurance policies do not typically cover flood damage from hurricanes. Instead, you can purchase separate flood insurance from a private company or a policy that's backed by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. These policies usually require you to purchase them at least 30 days before they take effect. If you didn't buy coverage ahead of time, FEMA also offers some assistance to people who live in areas that receive a presidential disaster declaration. However, Florida's emergency management warns the average payout to Florida residents from FEMA is usually only about $5,000, which may not be enough for repairs. This compares to claims filed by people with separate flood insurance who receive an average of $29,000. With Your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
It's Thursday, and I know you guys are going to love these deals. So if you've got a smartphone, get ready to scan on screen our QR code and get to shopping.
Steph, I got an itch and the only scratch is to shop. What do we got?
Hi, Tori. Hey, DBL Nation. I'm so excited to show you what we've got today. And trust me, these items are wonderful. So let's get started with this first one. I've got the Martino by Martino Cartier Powerball hairdryer. And Tori, this dryer is small but mighty. It's equipped like a regular dryer with 2 heat settings and the same amount of power as a regular dryer. And if you've got arthritis or any joint problems, this is going to make drying your hair so much easier because it fits in the palm of your hand.
Wow.
So you're not going to strain yourself, and it's so light. And this model was only made for a limited run, so Morningsave have purchased the entire inventory in a closeout deal, and we've got the green light to offer it at an exclusively low price that you will not find anywhere else. So act fast, because when this is gone, it is gone. And it's Morningsave's first time featuring the product on television. Normally, Tori, it's $89.
Ooh.
But we've got it for just $24.99, saving everyone 72 cents.
What a great price for such a helpful product.
Now, Tori, these are so chic. We've got a diamond muse 14-carat gold-plated diamond accent bracelet.
Wow.
So this deal includes one bracelet, which we've got available in 3 styles. We've got leaf, swirl, and elephant. I love these styles that feature real diamond accents.
Whoa.
They're ethically sourced diamonds, and at $20,
what?
Why not get every style?
What?
So normally these are $100 each, but we've got them for $19.99, saving everyone 80%. And you didn't hear me wrong. Diamonds and 14-carat gold plated.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting the elephant one times 5.
Now you only get one.
Okay,
but
fine.
obviously for $19.99, that is not a price to be sneered at, Tori.
No, what a fantastic
I really
gift.
think you should get all 3 and stack them together. Next up, we've got Life Pro AccuLux Shiatsu foot massager with heat. So this deal includes one foot massager that will give you a deep tissue massage to comfort those swollen and aching feet. And you'll press down onto 6 different massage rollers with acupressure nodes, and control panel features a bunch of different movements, modes, speeds, heats, and intensity levels. Now, we quickly sold out of this last time, and the last time we featured on Morningsave, our buyers went crazy and they wanted more. So you guys need to hurry this time, because quantities are limited, and this is the lowest price we've ever featured this massager on television, and they're going to go fast.
Yeah, right?
So normally these are $225.
Yeah.
But we've got them for $69.99, saving everyone 69%.
That's like when you're putting your feet up and you realize you've done good savings.
Love it.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's padded, and it can heat up.
And for the winter with a nice cup of cocoa.
Tori, for our last product today, we've got the Hermetics Hot and Cold Gel Eye Mask.
Oh, I need this.
So this deal includes one eye mask, and let me tell you, this deal is easy on the eyes and on the wallet.
Good one.
So this will give you headache and tension relief for true relaxation. So you can choose between 3 soothing head levels, or use the removable cold gel pad and get it out of the freezer. Normally, this is $38.
Okay.
But we've got it for just $14.99. That saves everyone at home 61%.
My eyes are quite dry, and when I look at a screen all day, to have that cold at night to go to bed on,
Exactly.
Beautiful and great savings.
If you get migraines, it's a lifesaver.
Totally true, and a great gift. Head on over, everyone, to Morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even go ahead and scan that QR code you see on screen. It's going to take you directly to these products on Morningsave's website. Steph, as always, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
As people in Florida braced for the impact of Hurricane Ian on September 27th, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn criticized President Biden for allegedly making comments about getting vaccinated ahead of the storm hitting land. Other people on social media shared similar sentiments, along with this video clip of President Biden advising people in hurricane-prone areas like Florida to get vaccinated.
A vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or a natural disaster hits.
While the message is from the president, it isn't recent. Here are the sources we used. Verify traced the original video to Biden's August 10th, 2021 briefing with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the COVID-19 response teams. A transcript of Biden's comments from that briefing provides more context to the clip. The president said, quote, "If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting," unquote. On September 27th, during an address on Medicare costs and Social Security, Biden discussed Hurricane Ian, but didn't mention COVID-19 vaccinations.
My administration is on alert and in action to help the people of Florida. I've approved Florida's request for emergency assistance immediately upon receiving it from the governor.
There was also no mention of the COVID-19 vaccine in the White House fact sheet on how the administration is preparing to help those affected by Hurricane Ian. So we can verify, no, Biden didn't tell people in the path of Hurricane Ian to get vaccinated. The video is from 2021 and is being shared out of context. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. President Biden signed an executive order allowing the Federal Reserve to explore the possibility of creating a centralized bank digital currency in the United States. Some people on social media have claimed that that executive order would make paper money worthless. Verify reader Jerry emailed the team to ask if President Biden's executive order would replace paper money with digital currency. So let's verify. Our sources are Executive Order 14067, the Federal Reserve, the Atlantic Council, a nonpartisan U.S. think tank, and Aaron Klein, Senior Fellow in Economic Studies at the Brookings Institute. President Biden's executive order does not have anything to do with paper money. It asks the Federal Reserve to figure out how to create a central bank digital currency. The digital money that you're used to, the ones with credit card purchases or transactions on apps like Venmo or Zelle, well, those are managed by commercial banks, not the federal government. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are also considered digital currencies, but they aren't issued or backed by a central bank. That wouldn't change under this executive order. Economics expert Aaron Klein confirmed to Verify that there is nothing in the executive order that ends or eliminates cash either. In a press release, the Fed said that a central bank digital currency could provide faster payment options between countries and safe digital payment options for households and businesses. The government has not yet decided whether to create a central bank digital currency. It's just asked the Fed to look into what it would take to create one. So we can verify that no, Biden's executive order does not replace paper money with digital currency. Around 100 countries, apart from the US, are already exploring national digital currencies. According to the Atlantic Council, Jamaica and Nigeria have already started offering centralized digital currencies. Both of those countries still have paper money. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
I love this story. A TikTok star surprised a 100-year-old veteran with a day he won't forget. Isaiah Garza randomly approached the man and offered to take him to Disneyland. In the captions, awesome. It said the man had not been on a ride in 50 years, so they took a spin on the teacups, captured the day on TikTok, and here's what the man had to say.
Oh my God, this is one of the best days of my life. I feel like I might be dreaming or something. I thought my life was over. I'll remember this day for a long time. You don't know how much I appreciate this. You don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez. Wow. That was awesome.
I know. And the magic of Disneyland, you know?
Don't ruin this story.
Don't ruin it about the Disney World.